Welcome, round 18. Yes, finals is just around the corner, and we're looking forward to the final round this afternoon. As I said, it's not yet determined the top five positioning of it and who is going to finally make it. But by 5 o'clock this afternoon, that will become a lot clearer, and hopefully during that time we can shed some light on where we think things are going to happen. But joining us, as always, from sunny Werribee, just across the road, he's wandered across. Richard Grubby-Cations.
Well, there I say it, mate. 28 and sunny, you little beauty down in sunny Werribee. Welcome all the viewers and the listeners. And I tell you what, this will be a ripper. Werribee are getting all their players back. East Geelong last week were absolutely magnificent. We are in for a great game here today, boys.
Also joining us, Arch made the trip up the highway, mate. It's not a bad little trip, is it, once you get out this side of town?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's one road from Torquay, basically. So, no, not a little. We make Grubby drive down most of the time. So I think it's just fair that we come up the highway once every so often and get to watch his beloved Werribee Centrals and
Unbiased.
Yeah, no, sorry. Um, yeah, and I'm very excited today also to look at the Wayne Tycoon medalists. The Winchelsea Geelong West game's already started and Cameron has already kicked a goal, so he's now 2 ahead of Mason Dixon on 69 goals. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up today.
Can I ask why that game has already
I'm
started?
not sure. I just had a look and it's already
I
started.
believe that.
They're 3 goals up on Geelong West already.
Must be in a different time frame out there in
Yeah.
Winchelsea.
1 o'clock start.
1 o'clock start.
What's that? Northern Standard Time, isn't it?
Well, gentlemen, as we said, the only thing that is guaranteed, 4 sides are guaranteed to play final football. That's, I can tell you for a fact. Where they finish, I can't tell you. But by the end of the day, we should know, we should know, we will know what's going on. But a lot of games hit today have a bearing on what is going to happen. And I suppose the first one we might just sit back and have a look at, as I said, we'll get a bit of time to discuss this game because it's pretty important also. But Inverleigh at North Geelong, general is that these two sides do play each other and man up very well upon each other. North Geelong basically have to win to stay in that top 3. If they lose, they could go obviously to the elimination final next week. Inverleigh probably got not much to play for, but I can imagine that they would want to finish their season pretty high, Grub.
Well, they would, but you've gone out of order on the games again, haven't you?
Yeah, sorry, I just wrote them down. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
I'll get them in order next week, all right?
Yeah, I reckon that might be a half a chance, unless you do Sunday's game on Saturday.
Well, that still be a possibility.
I don't know whether, I know you say they'd like to go out on a high and that, but I mean, their season's done. The oomph that you go into a game about winning and getting somewhere's gone. And I think that's a bonus for North Geelong because last week with their injuries, they didn't play very well. And they get a chance today to sort of play a lot better. They should win, I think. Last week, Farrell, Desnoy and Beecroft were pretty good. And for out at Inverleigh, Bowie Collins, Donahue again. Could be a smoky for the Whitley Donahue, you never know. And O'Keefe. So, yeah, look, there's not much for Inverleigh to play for. There's a fair bit for North to play for, although I think they're going to play in the qualifying final. Unless I haven't seen their sides. I don't know how many players they got back. Luke Parker looked like he was gone for all money last week, but he's done a Timmy Bart and he's playing today.
They're still without. Well, I suppose he's picked, but will he play? You got Jackson Jules not in their side. Blake Miller, we know, is finished still in the season. 2 Fazio boys, I don't think playing this afternoon.
One of them might be in the twos.
Mitch Abib still not back into their senior side, and Oscar Riccardi.
Well, he's a big loss too.
They're all players that have obviously played a lot of senior football there, and I just think, as I said, with those sort of blokes out of the side, I know they've still got some coverage coming through. I just don't know. I just think Inverleigh out there, they could nearly give them a really red hot shake.
Well, all right. Well, let's just go with that. If they do, where can they finish? Can they finish 4th?
Yes.
So they can go from qualifying to elimination final.
Absolutely.
That's something they would really not want to happen.
No.
Like the qualifying finals, your double chance.
For that to happen, I think also East have to beat Werribee here this afternoon. That is also, sorry, East have to beat Werribee, I think, because they're a game below North Geelong.
They are.
Their percentage is the best in the league, East Geelong's.
By a mile.
Yep. So they can, as I said, if they do win, go up above them, depending if Inverleigh beat North.
Just a question for you both as well. I know you mentioned the injuries. Obviously, Oscar Riccardi injured last week was the big one, and Luke Parker. Do you think? I know we said this in the last game. Do you think there was definitely more issues going on than just those two players going out and their structure kind of fell apart? Do you reckon Peter Riccardi would have addressed that during the week?
I don't know if he would address all. I think what he's addressing is trying to get all those blokes that Smithy just mentioned back in the side. I still reckon. I think it was Fazio and maybe Jai Kenner. They didn't look 100%. They didn't look to be moving that well either. So it's not just the players they got out. They might have a couple of players in there who were battling a bit. And it's really the wrong time of the year to have that happen to you. But, we saw it happen to them at Winch and they got beat easily. And then a couple of weeks after that, they won, and they looked $1 million again, looked like the premiership side of last year. So a lot of it is determined on injuries. And I think you'll be just hoping that some of them come back. But if they do come back, they may have the problem that Werribee had when they lost players, because it took them a little bit of a while to get back in. And they haven't got much time. They've got today and next week. So I still think they'll win. I think they'll have enough there to win. But look, I agree with you. Invalid, if that is so, let's just play free and easy football. It don't matter if we lose. They could be a problem out there. They could be a problem.
Yeah, as I said, it's a long time between now and when they play the next game of football, and you want to finish, and I believe you want to play your best game. At your last game, be your best game, and then obviously set your sights on a strong pre-season, and start again. I know that's a long way off, and probably at this level, a lot of players don't think that way. But fact is, as I said, it's a long time between the next game, and they want to go out there and be their best. I'm actually going to pick Inverleigh over North Geelong today. I don't know whether North Geelong, as I said, I don't know why they'd risk Lukey Parker if he was anywhere near like the injury. Didn't take any further part in the second half last week, so he's got to be obviously wrong, Arch. So
obviously, it's it's very important for them to get that second chance, so that they're going to roll the dice here and say, if Parker gets injured, then basically so that we need to try and win this game. I think, because they've got some less experienced players in. Who do you think goes to Mason Dixon? I don't looking at that. Pat Cleary's not named either.
Benny O'Brien.
So Benny O'Brien or even Beecroft maybe.
I would say Benny O'Brien would be your best. He'd be the number one target to go to him.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Jasper George will be wandering down there too if when the ball's into a pack. But look, the thing that worries me about North is that I look at their reserve side, and they're down near the bottom. I look through the sides, the players in that side, and I just can't see a lot of players that come up and do the job to replace the blokes they've got out. That's what worries me. Whereas if you look at East, that's a little bit different. They've got players here. So I don't know. They really need to get their players back. It's as simple as that, and get them back fit. But as I say, you're right, Smithy. Inverleigh can win this if they give it all they got. But they can also say, well, fuck it, we've had a long season. They might go on holidays early. You never know.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Inverleigh as well.
I'm going to go for North, but, as I say, it can happen.
Also, just a quick shout out to Sammy Reynolds, his 100th senior game at North Geelong.
Sammy Reynolds, good on him. Well done to Sammy Reynolds.
Can I ask the proverbial question I always ask? How many good ones?
Don't count
Sammy
your games,
will tell you
make your
everyone
games
he's played
count.
has been a good one.
I sent him a message during the week, Sammy. He's a wonderful, wonderful bloke. Some idiots texted me. Was that you? Belpost still have to win by 24 points. How do you work that out? No, you've got to go on other results. You can't just say 24 points.
That'll give them the percentage they need to get above Belmont.
Yeah, what if Bannockburn win by 27 goals?
Oh,
then Bannockburn get in.
Yeah.
Wait, so is it if it's what the percentage is at now?
Yes, in other words, just keep your text to yourself.
Right, let's have a look at the game that's already started. I reckon Winchelsea will go all right in there because they've already kicked about 5 goals.
I reckon they'll get off to a good start. They're good. They always get off to a pretty good start, and I reckon they can kick 4 or 5 in the first 15 minutes.
Probably got a bit to show from last week, Grubb. So a bit of a wake-up call last week. So they'll need to be on their ball. Otherwise, West might call it another upset.
Well, no, that won't happen. But I reckon they need to win by that margin and hope for Werribee to lose. For the simple fact is they can still get top spot.
Yep.
They had top spot sewn up.
Yep.
There was no way known in this wide world they were going to lose top spot, and they went and lost it.
But it was the same thing we said to Ned out the back before. We thought they were shot and gone.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yes, they'll beat West, and it's really just a case of how much by. Look, they've had some pretty good players. Walsh was good. Nagel, Adams, Isvista was fantastic, and should have got the votes. West, well, Braden Mitchell, he's still a good player. In their best last week is one of your favourites, Mick Lima.
Yep.
I don't know how long he goes on for, but he's been an absolute superstar of the GDFL. And that Jared Jans has had a fantastic year as well. But, yeah, look, I know it's already started. I'd say Winch I reckon they have to win by about 12, 14 goals, and I reckon they will.
I reckon they might be that in front at quarter time.
Well, they could be.
The way they're going at the present time. So, as I said, not too sure of the reasoning behind it, but obviously the clubs have got together and organised that. But that's good news for them.
The one good thing about that is that Werribee will know, or Eastern or whatever, they'll know what they've got to do because the game will be over before it's finished. And Mason Dixon, by three-quarter time, will know how many he's got to kick in the last quarter.
I don't think
it may be 11, but
yeah, I reckon he might be in a little bit of trouble. I think if I was a betting man, which I'd hardly ever spend any money on the punt, I reckon Primer would be an absolute moral.
I think this is a good game. I'm going to go obviously with Winchelsea by probably 150 points. And
150.
Yep, I'm going to go because I think Thompson beat Geelong West by 148 the other week. So I'm going to go 150 Winchelsea, and I think it's a good time to get Geelong West after the loss last week. They're going to be able to go into the finals with a little bit of confidence.
Well, I'll tell you another thing. Sure, another little slant on it, right? Say they hope for an East win here, right? And they win, and they're going to win by enough to finish top spot. How do they finish off the last quarter? If they finish on top, they get a rest. Then they play a game. If they happen to win that, they get another rest. So they've only played one game in a month. So, and the last two games they've played, even though they lost, have been Corio and West. So if they're 12, 13 goals up at three-quarter time, do they just push it and give it everything they got? Don't worry about the scoreboard, but just go flat stick because you're going to have a couple of rests. Do you do that? Because no good resting, blokes, because you're going to get rests.
Well, they probably had that option last week, Rob, and took the wrong option, which has obviously cost them the real choice they probably did have at that stage.
They did rest a couple.
Look, it's one of those things. You look at the Thompson side that went from snuck into the finals and just got on a roll and continued. But then you look at the other side of things is you've got players that are still, and probably Werribee might be a bit different, but Winchelsea have had their group together for a while. Not a lot of injuries. Only a couple of blokes went overseas for a short period of time. But I think if you can get into the final and get through and be guaranteed to get into a grand final, I don't care how you get there. It's always nice to be there.
Oh, yeah.
But
you want to win.
I can understand what you're saying. As I said, you had probably two games that you haven't really. Well, after last week, they might have had a different change of mindset this afternoon. They might be going out hard. As I said, this game could be massive in terms of a blowout by half time or three-quarter time. Then they probably can sit back on their haunches and say, well, look, we won't risk injury. We'll just go about and get through the game.
Or they could go flat stick because they know they're going to have a rest.
Yeah, well, that's the case.
And percentage does also matter, the top spot.
Once they get that far in front, it won't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, once they get that far in front, they'll know what it is. Once they get past that, the thing is, we're only just speculating. Well, you get on St Albans in a grand final, you've had two rests, and at quarter time, you're 7 goals to 1 down.
Yep.
Because you're rusty, right? Yep. But what about the other side of the coin when it's pretty even by three-quarter time? Because you've had the rest, you come away and win by 4. So who are we to say?
Yes, I'm saying.
know?
Every club will be different in what they want to do. I know when I was playing back in football, it was always nice to know that you won the game and got through to where you wanted to be. So, as I said, continuity in football is good, but sometimes that just can go against you a little bit. Because
that's when they used to use the old cowbell as a siren, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, pretty close. I've played to a couple of them. Don't worry about that.
Do you think not playing finals or none of these players would have played in finals before or for Winchelsea? Do you reckon that's going to have an impact on them coming into finals?
Well, I'll give you the exact same answer I gave before. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Like some of these blokes, look, the pressure of finals is so different, even at our level. It's so different. So, yeah, it might affect it. But, mate, you make the finals, you make the grand final, you're running on top of the ground. You just, you just want to do it. But, yes, you're right. You're right. I thought it happened to East the first year. They didn't. A couple of times I thought they were as good a side going around. They didn't win it. And their finals games weren't as good. because the pressure goes up. So look, it might.
Yeah.
It definitely might touch. Yeah.
If a side starts well, yeah, that then creates the doubt. Arch.
Yeah, of
so
course. Scoreboard
their
pressure.
their ability will be, or not their ability, but their ambition will be to go out there and start their games pretty well and be competitive, and without the game trying to get not blowing away out of them. If someone comes out and kicks first 15, you think, oh, gee, where are we at?
I think especially when you've got that double chance, you've seen it hurt East before, and it can always hurt you knowing that you can lose it. I think it helped Thompson when in that 24 final series when they didn't have the double chance. They knew it was kind of win or go home. So have to leave everything out in the park, which I'm sure Winchelsea will do coming into finals.
Lynch had a good game plan with the wind, and you can't knock that back. But I'll tell you the other thing too, what you just mentioned. If you've got season finals campaigners and the other side kicks 4 or 5 on you, you tend to say, okay, we've got plenty of time to get back. They're cool, calm, collective, and they don't panic. So that can be a found too. But you have a look at Werribee. I don't think they'll have many finals players playing too, will they?
As in
Playing blokes with finals experience.
Oh, that I couldn't tell you, mate, from their previous clubs, but from here,
From here, there won't
from
be
this
any.
current group. Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, you're probably 100% on the money there.
North, well, they will have.
Yep.
East will have.
Yep.
Belmont will have.
Yep.
And Belpo still a few.
Yeah,
they played in finals 24, didn't they? Werribee.
Did they? I get mixed up in the years now. What are we in now? 26? No, I don't think so.
They didn't?
I don't think so.
I just can't think either now, going back that far.
The thing is, if you don't win it, you don't remember.
Nah, probably it.
I thought the last one was earlier on when Sutton kicked that goal after the siren and got him into the preliminary final against Inverleigh. I thought that was the last time. But they may have. My memory's not that great. I remember something happened in 1972. Yeah. 1970 Carlton Grand Final, 121,696 people. But I'm bugging if I know what I did this morning.
In 2024, Werribee went out in straight sets, losing to Belmont and then losing to Thompson the next week.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on because we've got another important game. We're going to try and get back on track here, Grub, and get you in order. Belmont and Belpost Hill. This is a game that could obviously manufacture who finishes in. If Belmont win, but don't worry about Belpost Hill or Bannockburn, depending on what they do, because that'll be it. If Belmont lose, as we said, Tyler's already mentioned, Belpost Hill have to win by 24 points to make up the difference, and then Bannockburn have to win by who knows what.
I've just done some stats on it. If Banno win by more than 22 points more than Belpost Hill win by, I'll get in.
Thank you. There we are. So that's the
I don't know
way they're going to be.
I don't know how you work out. It's all done by common denominator and all that sort of stuff.
Isn't it just points for and against?
Yeah, but I think if you have more points kicked against you, it goes into the division.
Oh, does it?
That's what I'm.
Anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's just see who wins the game of football down there this afternoon.
Well, I'm going to go for Belmont. Right?
Yeah.
So that just finishes everything off.
That's it, pretty much.
That just finishes the lot off. It's at home.
Yep.
They had a big win last week against Thompson by 82 points. Beasley's back and playing best on the ground. Wiley's back in there. Anderson and Gunther kicked 3. They were really, really good. Belpost still probably had their big chance last week to win the game and didn't win it. But then again, I don't know if that matters that much because the game would have still been up for grabs, wouldn't it, whether they won or not?
Yep. I
think Belmont are on 44. Belpost Hill would have been on 44. So you got the same thing. Winner goes through. Winnie was great last week. Bannister. Yates again. Our good Yates. He's a huge chance for my captain of team of the year. I think he probably deserves that. Handley kicked 3. He's been pretty good all year. At home, look, I'm going to go Belmont, but I'll tell you what, don't worry about your 24 points. There'll be not much in this. It'll be a great game.
They lose their ruckman, though. We don't know whether he's ruckman there because Hootsma is not named in their side, but he's got Big Evans back in their side. So
who's the other bloke that does the ruck?
The Archer.
Darkin.
Yeah, Darkin. Archer
yeah.
Darkin, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm not actually. I didn't even see his name picked in their side today, but I'm not. I didn't sort of have a real close look at that. But mate, Belmont Lions would be wanting to, as I said, it's a possibility that if other games go their way, they could actually finish third and get the double shot. So
yeah, of course. So
they've got plenty of incentive for them to win it all.
Definitely right, and we know they play pretty well at home. So Yeah, look, it's gonna be a good game. I don't have the experience of Bellpost Hill. We've seen that come out a couple of weeks ago against North Geelong and how they controlled the second and third quarter. I'm gonna go with Bellpost Hill, Whale, but I'm not certain on that. And I think Belmont always do play well at home.
Yeah, I think it might be against Belpost Hill today. As I said, I think Belmont probably, well, there's no more incentive to play finals football, but I think them having a chance to sit or sneak into that third position and have the double chance will be a real driving force in this afternoon. Belpost Hill, as Ravi's mentioned, this won't be a game that will be spread by a big margin.
Box 50.
But I reckon it's a fair chance that it'll be down to the wire. As I said, they need to win both sides, and we'll know that a bit later on today. I think the home side wins.
It could also be a bit of an extra incentive. Might be the last. I'm not going to say anything on the record here, but it might be the last time some of these players play. Some of their older veterans, like not too sure if Cozzie's going around next year. Tim Barton, some of
Dylan Whitney.
Dylan Whitney, exactly. So it might be the last time those boys go out there. They've been great servants for their club, so I'm sure they'd want to get the job done for them.
The only reason I'm not sure is because I disagree with you, Arch. I reckon this year, Belmont haven't been as hard to beat at home as they have in the past.
Yep.
They've actually, they've played pretty good footy most weeks away, but they've lost a few games at home that you would think they normally would have lost. So, that's why I give Belpost a mighty chance. I'm going for Belmont, but nothing in it. Belmont or Belpost a real chance.
That's it. That's as good as you'll get there. Righto, let's head out to where I just come from, Bannockburn. Well, it was actually 29, nearly 30 degrees out this morning. Once that fog got away, magnificent out there this morning. Not a breath of wind, and
rabbits run across the road.
And the kangaroos had just left as well. So Bannockburn at home this afternoon to Cryo. I'll ask you first crack. Cryo, very, very good last week against Winchelsea. Are they able to back that up this afternoon against Bannockburn trying to play finals football?
I think they will. Well, I think they're going to have all the confidence in the world. Also, no Herschel Carr last week. He's in today, so that's a big in for them. And then also a big out for Bannockburn having no Henry Hawker. So a big in and a big out. And obviously they're gonna explode in confidence after that terrific win last week. I think what that does for your club as well, and especially players maybe on the fence about if they're going to stay next year. Is there enough talent in this group? They're going to beating one of the top teams. It's going to create some excitement around the group, and I'm sure the training would have been buzzing this week. You've got players that come along like Hayden Burns, he kicked 5 last week. Jay Blackney, Matthew Jelenix had a great year down back as well. So, look, I'm going to go for Corio on the upset, but because of how well they played last week, and I don't think Bannockburn will be treating them as lightly as Winchelsea did last week.
Well, I think they have the chance to win, Corio, because Bannockburn have to win by a lot of goals if the other results go their way. So they will be playing that football where they just, no surrender. And sometimes when things go wrong, the ball comes back the other way and you can find yourself in trouble. But I just think Inverleigh will win.
What about Bannockburn?
Bannockburn, because I got Inverleigh. They beat Inverleigh last week by 22 points. So I think they'll win. And I just think they'll go all out. Perkins kicked 2 or 3 last week. Jervis was in their best path. You see who's Corio's name best? The great McCarley Harrison.
I did see that.
Yeah, it's good to see McCarley getting a kick and back in the seniors. Shoebridge was good as usual, but I think he might be out this week, Shoebridge.
Yeah, I didn't see him named, actually.
So, yeah, and of course Burns. But, look, this is not a criticism, all right? Because when you sign a bloke, he'll tell you when he's available, when he's not, and so you pick him on the merit. So it's not his fault. But Bannockburn at 7th position with 40 points are still a chance to make the finals. And I honestly believe if Henry Hawker plays every game, I think they make the finals.
Yep.
I really do. And as I say, it's not a criticism of him because that was the whole setup. I hope for Bannockburn's sake next year they can get Hawker on the park a lot more times than they have. And him not being there today, it's actually a bit of a worry. And Corio, you've got to stand up for Corio. They were magnificent. And I tell you who I also got to send a cheerio to. 2 of the greatest people you've ever met in GDFL football have given it away. Darren and Linda Bennett. What they've done for Corio, I think I wrote you in a week, what they've done for Corio, I haven't got the words to say what they've done, that everybody else hasn't said. All right, so it's not just me, it's everybody involved with GDFL football. Magnificent, magnificent people. What they've done for Corio is nothing short of sensational. Hopefully, Corio survive this, because I know if they struggle, I think those two people will stick their heads in and help. But to Darren and Linda, we all love you both. You're fantastic people, and I hope for your future it goes really, really well for you. I hope you win today for them. But I'm going to tip Bannockburn just.
Yeah, no, as I said, that's well spoken, Grub. Because as I said, you put those people into the club, and there's a handful of others behind him as well.
Oh, yeah.
When you have that type of, I suppose, continuity upstairs, it makes things a lot easier for everyone to jump on board and follow on. So
Well, they've changed the whole culture of the club, Smithy.
Magnificently, absolutely magnificently, Grub. So that's a real credit to what they've been able to achieve. And as I said, I'm not too sure that Joel will stay involved himself out there next year, but I'm hoping that he would. But as I said, it'll be a disappointment to see those people leave, because they done a good.
His injuries are worse than you think.
Yep.
He's not well.
Yep.
And you would hope he'd come good just for general living. Don't worry about football.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry about football. And then after that, if he can come back and play,
not even worry about playing.
Absolute bonus set, yeah.
Being around just be that support mechanism they probably need. So
and Toby's getting a kick up the bush as well. So
at Belan,
Is
he staying next year?
I don't know. The
new coach up there, they tell me.
Well, I think they're down near the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but the Corio boys have done pretty well there. So, oh no, they've taken Sammy Lowe off. Are you kidding me? He was best on the ground, Smithy.
I think they're saving him for next week. Grab him
the finals on.
I agree. As I said, I think Corio, to their credit for last week, that performance was probably, or not. Well, we had to check the scores 3 or 4 times to make sure they were right. So that was not. That was something we expected. But as I said, good effort last week. Let's hope they can put some sort of effort up there this afternoon. I think Bannockburn will win the game of football. Margin, as I said, I'm not too sure. Will it be enough to get them into finals football again? It might not matter if other games go the way that we think they will go. So we'll wait and see.
Can you go back to our pre-game last week? You can't. Good. Because I think I tipped Corio to beat Winch. But as soon as you can't go back to it, we'll just have to take my word for it.
Right, I'll give you that next crack at the next one. Arch, your club, Thompson, they take on the Anarchy Roos. And I suppose they'd be looking to finish, or both sides would be looking to finish their season on a high note. Thompson Tigers, can they get the job done at home?
Obviously, a disappointing loss last week, Dale, losing by 80 points to Belmont after being so dominant against Geelong West, and staying 82 points, sorry, Grubby, and staying in the game with Werribee as well. So they'd be disappointed with that. I think the big story out of this game could be the Whitley medal votes. Having Geordie Cam would be right up there, Jed Hannessy would be right up there as well, and then having Josh Mawson and even Brad Gerard, it's going to get some votes as well.
So you got 4 players in it, and both sides finished down the bottom.
Yeah, I reckon 3 of those will poll very well. Grubby, I think Thompson should get the job done at home today. Not surprising he tipped that. And I think looking at Anarchy's list though, look at their team that's selected today. It's pretty good. I don't think you got no Dullhouse selected, but having Mawson and Gerard, Oscar Barter in the ruck as well, Nick Howe. It's a decent team. I just think that Thompson should get home in the last game.
I'm just looking through the Thompson side now. Sammy Jacken, has he been back playing the last couple of weeks, or has he been injured for a while? They got Mitch Hodgson playing.
Sammy Jacken, their best players.
Sammy Jacken's played this week. Yeah, he's played the last 10 games.
Mitch Hodgson's back playing.
Yeah, Mitch Hodgson's back.
Dylan Jose.
Yep, Jose is playing, and then
Devon Smith.
Devon Smith's in. Yep.
So
these are all players that have kind of come back in, got more experience now around the kids who are playing really well as well. So look, as Lynchy's been on record saying, he's quite enjoyed the year teaching the kids, and then having some experience come back in the latter half of the year has really helped them play better football. So hopefully they can keep a few of those experienced heads around next year, as well as having some of the kids come through. And I reckon they'll be in good stead and looking back at playing finals next year.
Grub, they weren't too bad last time we saw this match out at Anarchy last time. As I said, in the end, it was just the goal-kicking prowess of Anarchy that got them over the line. But Thompson's performances over the whole season have been pretty good. Like, they have been beaten, but they've been pretty competitive.
I think their performances in the last 6, 7, 8 weeks have been so much better than their first 6 or 7 weeks. And I think I said it last week. You have to put that down to Paul Lynch, deciding, well, all right, we won't play finals, We'll give these kids a go. We'll teach them how to play football. They've learnt a lot of how to play football. We know that Cam can play. We know Hennessy. We know those Jacker. We know those blokes can play. But it's what about the younger blokes who we haven't seen much of, and how much better they've got throughout the year. Look, I honestly can't believe you blokes didn't pick this game, because this is where I wanted to go.
Yeah, not in a heartbeat, I think was the word you said.
But when we did see these two teams last time, it was a very, very entertaining game. And I think Thompson got within a couple of goals in the last quarter and just couldn't sort of, Wannicky just held on. They had a bloke that kicked 7 who never got a vote, by the way, in Francesi. And I've got a funny feeling he might be suspended this week. I don't think he's playing. And that might be the goal scoring power that they would have needed. I was going to tip a draw, but now I find that Dalhouse isn't playing. I'm going to go for Thompson just because I still think at his best, Dalhouse could possibly be the best player in the competition. And without him again, that was a lot of part of their problems early too. They weren't playing bad football, but they didn't have blokes like he missed a lot of games early.
Yeah,
and he makes a huge difference. He's a fantastic player. And just the fact that I just found out then that he's not playing today, I'm going to lean back to Thompson.
That could be his last game for Aniki. Then you'd think, don't know if he's going around next year, but
you can't just go supposing things like that. Have you heard something?
No, I think he said on record that it might be his last year.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe Werribee Central might pick him up.
Family life's changed a bit for him as well, so that's obviously going to play some part. And obviously getting a little bit older, you want to keep the body in pretty good nick. I think, as I said, once you get, I won't say close to our age, but things start to fall apart a little bit. So it's probably
not away from that.
It's not as good as it usually or generally is. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens there. So, but I agree. I think Thompson, just on what we've seen or what we've looked at over the last 4 or 5 weeks, being their competitive self, I think they may win this game of football. So that's probably covered off the games other than the one we're looking at here this afternoon. And again, we probably didn't think we'd be in this position to see East Geelong. Well, I didn't think we'd be in a position to see East Geelong actually looking to have a chance to play finals football, because I thought they would lose their last 2 and they would be done and dusted, but they have proved us wrong. And in a big fashion last week, they were as good as probably we've seen them all season, and they've got a fair bit to look forward to going forward from that point. As I said, Fanning back in their side this afternoon. There's 2 or 3 blokes running around there in the reserves, and Beards, or another name that's not playing at the present time. Not too sure where he's at with his injuries or how far he's away. But, and you said the other one was Dixon, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Rob, you
Jack
said
Dixon.
So they've got some quality still to come back into this side going forward, and they'll want to obviously give themselves the best chance to play finals football.
Jack Dixon's playing today.
Is he?
Yeah, he's named. He played last week as well.
I thought they said in the thing he was out.
I haven't got him in my
list. Oh, mate, maybe this is wrong.
Yeah.
Now,
it's not
all right,
current
that's a pretty good summary, but you have to change one word in that.
What's that?
Us. You wrote East Geelong off, not us.
Oh, that's
so it should have been I, not us.
Us. We're a group.
But only when you're wrong. Listen, I hadn't written them off, but I had them as struggling. Right? I did have them as struggling. Their form wasn't great. And that just changed with the turn of the coin last week, the way they played against North Geelong. That's the best. I spoke to Ned before the game. He reckons that's the best they've played for 3 years, and I agree with him. And if they can produce that football from here on in, they can win the premiership. I've got no problems with that. But they've got to be able to keep performing it week after week. And they have to perform it today, as soon as Werribee have got pretty much their whole team back. The only players that they won't have here today, they won't have for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Gulliver's gone for the year. Brodie Taylor's gone for the year. And to a lesser extent, the superstar bloke they brought in, Marshall, played a couple of games and done a meniscus, so they won't be seeing him. The rest of them, I think, are pretty much available. I'll look through their seconds there. I don't think there's much to come in through there.
Yep.
So they're pretty strong. Look, what they have to do is get back to play the football they did in the first 10 rounds, 11 rounds. And if they can do that, well, you'll be tipping them every week, because I don't think the other sides can go them. But once they lost their players from overseas injuries, they're getting them back, and they haven't been the same side in the last 6 or 7 rounds as they were in the first 11. So, and I think East really now they just have to exploit that. They've got the cattle to do that. Zach Smith, he looks like to me he got through the seconds game all right. He got bowled over a couple of times, and
I thought he was going to play a half, and he played the full
well, he
game.
played the
Maybe
full
he was,
game.
yeah. So it looks like
You
he's
know?
ready to go.
And he didn't set the world on fire. He wasn't out there to do that. He was out there to get through the game. But look, I just think with the big fella firing up forward, I think the new game plan suits the East Geelong side better. I still worry a little bit about their pace. I just don't know if they've got the run through the ground. And as I said last week, McIntyre, for me, well, a combination of the last 5 years, I think he's the best player I've seen there. You know, there might be better players here or there, but the consistency over the last 5 years, I reckon Johnny McIntyre's number one. But he's a football brain. He's not a superstar like speedster. So pace could be their trouble if Werribee can get their run get on the move. Well, Ezard kicked 6 last week. Centrals have got two players they can probably go to him. Sutton will be one of them, or Robinson.
And Linehan Cunningham.
Well, I would hope, looking at the height of their side, I would hope that he would play up forward.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure you need the 3 real tall blokes. You know, you'd probably need a taller bloke for Ezard, a taller bloke for Steele, and then
a quicker bloke for Steele.
Well, I don't know if they've got a quicker bloke for Steele, actually, of that height.
Yep.
Well, Steele is actually named on the wing today, which he did come up very high on the ground last week as well. And I quite like the way that Ned Alsbrook used him transitioning back. What do you think about that, Grubby?
Well, they name him on the wing most weeks. And sometimes he plays up the ground, but I don't think he actually ever plays on the wing. But, yeah, he's pace. But, I mean, yeah, no, I don't think anyone in the competition's got a bloke of that size to go with his pace. It's just the way East Geelong play. They've got to use him properly as well. But if you've got those 2 blokes down the back, I think Linehan Cunningham should be probably up forward because they haven't got a tall forward line. You know, their high marking forward line in Kirker is not that tall anyway. So I think Bryce should probably play up forward, give him the chance to kick a couple of goals. Last week, one of their recruits who got injured a bit and he's come back, played his best game of the year, young Darcy Phillips. Played a really good game. Stone, he's a chance to win their best and fairest, Stone. But I think he probably gets the recognition that he deserves. He's been very, very good for them. And again, Sutton was in their best last week. We saw these. McIntyre again, Ezard. Steele was good. Look, this is a real good game. I'm glad you tipped it to come in. Thank you very much. And, I think I'll tip Werribee, but I'll tell you what, this could go either way. This is one of the real good games I've been looking forward to.
I'm going to go just straight off the bat against Grubby and go for East Geelong. I reckon we talked about their pace and lack of, more I should say, last week. And I reckon they showed us up a little bit. I reckon they had quite a lot of pace against North Geelong coming out. Their backline. That's especially, I don't think Beardsall will get back, but especially without Beardsall as well. He's usually that player who generates the pace. I thought,
Need your pace coming through the middle.
Do we know what's wrong with him, March?
I'm not going to go out on a limb and say it. I think it could be foot. That could be a recurring injury from last year. Also really like the game of Sam Purdy last week. Hadn't seen a lot of him, and I thought that was one of the better games I've seen him play up forward. He's named at full back today, so don't know if that's just they're just naming.
No, he'll play forward.
He will play forward because he.
How many did he kick?
He kicked 2 last week, but he did present up really well and missed another couple as well. So I like the way he played, and then obviously with Caleb Ezard down there with Steele, and it's quite a tall forward line as well. And then you've got, like your likes of Ollis and Monahan and Hoff at ground level as well. So I'm really excited for this matchup. I think East Geelong are going to give Werribee a good run for the money. I'm going to tip them. And the other matchup that I am very excited to see is Daly versus Kasparian. What do you think about that, Grub? You've seen quite a lot of Paddy Daly, and Kasparian last week was one of the better games we've seen him play. I thought he dominated in the ruck. So do you think that's going to be one of the telling matchups today?
A lot of that's got to do with Daly. He missed, 15 games or something, 13 games with the ankle injury. I think they brought him back a little bit too early. And last week they had to rest him, I think, because he was a bit sore. So he hasn't quite gained. He was ruckman of the team of the year last year, and he hasn't regained that form since he's come back. I think big blokes might take a bit more to get in. In the ruck, I think he's too big for Kasparian at the tap-outs. But you don't get a lot out of Paddy around the ground because he's never really learned to play football after coming from basketball. He's just a ruckman. But he's got his work cut out for him at centre bounces Casparian. What he's got to do is make sure that Daly doesn't get the tap outs and go bang down Crennan's throat, bang down Culliver's throat, bang down Stone's throat. He's just got to compete with those ones and make sure that it's a neutral ball and win the ones that he can. So it could be a good battle, but you would expect Daly to win it, but you just don't know. That was a terrific game by Casparian last week, don't worry.
Definitely. And on that, I will go with East Geelong.
I think Werribee win at home. I'm interested to see how Caleb Ezzard goes 2 weeks in a row. As I said, I'm not too sure prior to that what he got the week before, but for me, he's a confidence player, and if he doesn't get his hands on the ball early, I'm not too sure he'll have the same effect on the game as he did last week. So I'm going to tell you that unless he can kick 5 today, East won't get close to Werribee, I don't reckon. So
Izzard kicked 3 the week before, Dale.
yep. So he's getting his hands. That's okay. As I said, he had a good game, a real good game last week. Probably the best game I reckon I've seen him play in the time that he's been at East Geelong. And as I said, for a bloke that his size, it was all one grab, and he's kicking for goal. Last week was as good as I've seen from anybody during the course of the season. So, as I said, when your confidence high, as long as you can keep riding it and keep doing it, that's the main thing for him. And I hope he does it because, as I said, and you've both said it, he is a very, very important part to this side going forward come finals football. If you've got that big, tall option you can go to with some confidence during a final series.
Well, and then also I know Grubby touched on it last week and has before previously as well. But then you're not just rely, like you can bring Zach Smith up and they're not always going to look for him now because they know they have the confidence in Caleb Ezzard to continually go to him.
That might be the best thing that's happened, actually.
Yeah.
As long as Zach can come back and be 100% fit to play.
Yeah.
It's all right to run around a couple of weeks in the twos, but I tell you what, there's a huge difference on pressure and tackling than the ones in the twos.
Definitely. Just a score update as well, quickly, Dale. Winchelsea 13-6-84 to Geelong West 1-2-8, and Cam Primmer has 5 goals.
Oh, Mason Dixon, he won't be happy.
He's on 73 for the year now.
I'll tell you a funny little thing that did happen during the election week. Alex Tagani went out and interviewed all the coaches and all that, and who's going to win the Ivan Tanzing medal, like who cares, and the Whitley medal, and who's going to be premiers. And out of all the coaches, not one of them mentioned Werribee giving any of a chance. So it's got back to these blokes, and they want to prove something. They dead set want to prove something because they know they haven't been playing the footy they played early, but boy, they dearly want to get back to that. And let's give them a bit of an edge, I think.
Bit of a push.
Yeah, a bit of a push.
A little bit of a nudge that might hit where it hurts. And as I said, if they can take that with them, that might be good for them. Look, players are now starting to move towards their positions. Play is not too far away from starting here this first quarter this afternoon. Looking forward to it. As I said, we're only a couple of minutes away. We might take a show break quickly and get the introduction for the first quarter. They must have the real. I said, "Now, Steve Nacho, we're ready to go."
Yep.
That's nice to ask.
Steve Guanaccio, Jake McLeod, and Rowan Hilson today.
Ball in the middle of the ground, and we're underway. Comes the Stone, quick boot, goes forward, and it's going to be into their half-forward line. Collar Crennan leads in the race for the ball, runs to the boundary line. Actually, I thought he was over when he kicked that ball towards the goal square. Outlet roll, picked up. McDonald on the left, bang!
Look at that.
And they're away. Werribee have got the first on the board. I reckon that took 20 seconds, if that. And that's a one straight goal. Werribee, East Geelong get to score. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
That happened that quick. I don't know what to say.
Well, it was much you can say, Grub. It was quick.
All of a sudden, I was trying to whip the umpires' names in, and all of a sudden, the goal umpire gets her first work for the day.
The only thing I did call wrong was actually wasn't Stone that got clearance. It was Linehan Cunningham. So,
well, the other thing you called wrong is you reckon Tyler Crennan ran out of bounds, and I tell you what, he was awfully close. He was
the umpire was right beside him, so he must have made the angle. Well, the boundary umpire was running beside him.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
He had a good look at it, So ball has gone through and over the top of the net by the looks of it, and then just waiting for it to come back. Cricketers might think it's an extra red ball they can use for the day, but might be a bit hard to swing that one, I reckon.
They don't stop, do they? They're always playing out those ovals.
Pouring rain, mate. They'd be still playing out there.
Yeah, I come over on a Sunday sometimes during the winter, and they're playing. Still pouring rain, they're playing it.
It's just what competition is it?
No idea.
They play in it's called Last Man Standing. It's like, and they can just join up and you play whenever.
I think most of them are Indians.
Yeah.
I don't very rarely see Australian blokes playing. It looks like the Indian boys out there.
No Cowboys.
No John Wayne or Tom Mix, no.
Righto, ball back in the centre finally, and we are back underway again. Both ruckmen again, get a hand on the ball. Linehan Cunningham got his hand on it, but couldn't get a clearance. Mulville's there. He won't pick it up, but that's nice work. Kasperian hands and knees out to Visitor. Ball goes into their half-forward line, picked up out the back there by Stevenson. He was tackled, brought to ground. Mulville emerges with the ball, gets back on his right boot, puts it back into their goal square. Ball marked, nearly taken in the forward half.
Had him by the arm.
Yes, umpires let things go. Tackle laid. All up will take place, 20 out from goal. Nice pace early.
Each Geelong boy was a bit stiff there. I thought he might have grabbed him by the arm.
Ruck contest down there. This time Ezard goes at the ball, tries to emerge with it. It's not going to come out of that contest. Paddy Daly's got a fairly good hold there. Umpires asked for it back once again, so only a couple more metres further out from goal. Again, East Geelong in attack. Daly this time belts the ball back towards the boundary line. Mulville picked it up, tried to fend off, finally got the handball out. Umpire allowed him to do so. Handball ends up in the hands of Mulville. This time it's Austin goes back towards the goal square. High kick. Spoil required. Ball slips through the hands and through for a rush behind. East Geelong are now on the board. One behind.
2 free kicks there that weren't paid, holding the ball. Stevenson. I think they're going to let it go, and I love that. Good umpire.
As long as they stay with it all day, Grub, that's exactly right. Paddy Ard with the ball, goes short. Finds his teammate out there. Murdoch. Still just inside defensive 50. Will kick from. Going to go towards centre wing. It was low and flat. Coming out of the ball. Crennan. Smallest bloke went at it. Didn't take the mark. Comes to ground. Picked up by Mulville again. That's Austin. Into their forward line. Sutton, the spoiler over the top. Ball now at ground level. Runners out the back, and again, Murdoch kick wasn't great. Put his teammate, picked up. Ollis got the handball back inside, went looking for his mate in Hoff, stepped around one, got the handball further afield, back to Wallace. There's plenty of pressure out there, both sides applying it, and the ball's gone over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in, forward pocket behind post. We have gone just on 3 and almost 4 minutes gone. Werribee that one straight goal. East Geelong one behind.
Umpire has ball in hand. It's back in now. Mulville in the ruck against Daly. It's been a free kick kicked out. It's going to go the way of Mulville. Ben Mulville, a ruck infringement. What do you think about that, Grubby?
No comment.
So 25 metres out. A little bit of angle about it. Ben Mulville usually pretty reliable set shot. He comes in now, doesn't waste much time and kicks it straight over the goal umpire's hat. They take the lead back. East Geelong. 1 goal straight, or Werribee Centrals to 1-1-7 East Geelong. We have gone 4 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucky's Entertainment.
The only reason I make no comment, that's all right for him to play that decision, but I can guarantee you the other 2 umpires wouldn't have played that. They've got more experience. There's no way you can play a free kick like that in the ruck like that. They're both going for the football to try and tap it out.
It is the age-old question, is it ruck craft?
Well, I put it this way, I know Natchez would have played it.
Yeah.
And he's the best umpire in Geelong.
So back in the middle now. Exciting start to this one at Galvin Park. Kasperian and Daly in the ruck. Neither ruckman really won the tap out. Coming through, Collier couldn't quite get the ball over the top. Now it's handball to McIntyre on that left foot. Good kick and finds his teammate in Minari. Minari looks forward. He has Ezard. He's going to go in that direction. Ezard uses his body. It was well done by the defender in Sutton. Now the ball comes out. Werribee Central's under pressure. Kick down the line in the path. Great hands. It was by Brennan. Now turn the ball over. Minari inside. Oh no, the mark was dropped on that occasion. Usually you'd expect Austin Mobile to take that down the line now in the path of Ezard inside the forward 50. Sutton right on his hammer and the ball is out of bounds. I think that was inside the forward 50.
Yep.
So we'll have a ball in about 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
I think Darcy Phillips might need a pair of glasses on the difference in the colours of the jumpers. He's walking straight to him.
So ball back in. Ezard in the ruck for the time being. It was well roved on that occasion from Stone. Then kick down the line. Oh, playing in front. That was beautifully done on that occasion by McComb. Inside the forward 50. Payne couldn't quite find him. Then just bouncing off the feet of Fanning. Now the umpire's picked out a free kick. And it is going to go the way of Werribee.
It's a blood rule too, is it?
Camilleri.
It's a blood rule.
He's going to have to come from the ground.
I don't think he meant that.
No, it was just I think his knee just hit him as he came through.
Is he back in this week, Grubby? No way he was out.
Who?
Camilleri?
No, he's been
Oh,
playing.
he has been playing?
Yeah. He gets a blood. Look, it was totally accidental, but you never know these days with the duty of care. But I think it was just a genuine accident.
Bit of push and shove going on with Minari and Phillips in front of us as well as we wait for Camilleri to come from the ground.
Where we play come on the ground?
It does look like some blood
They
is
weren't ready for it.
coming from the top of his head.
Sure,
So it's
gone
going to be
on.
a
Yeah,
free
can't
kick
continue.
to Werribee now. They're going to chip out wide in the path of the two ruckman. Big fierce from Kasparian from behind. Now Minari rows the ball. He's going to chip kick to Purdy. Can Purdy take the mark? He keeps the ball in front of him. He might get the handball back here. Comes into the path of Payne and then a short kick over the top. Steele. He plays on. Can he kick the goal? Yes, he can. East Geelong. Kick another one. Werribee 1 goal straight 6 to 2-1-13. We have gone 7 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bugs Entertainment.
It's a pretty good game, isn't it? It's as good a game as we've seen. A couple of mistakes there, and East Geelong capitalised. But at Steele, I thought he was terrific last week. I actually gave him a vote last week, and I think he's becoming dangerous. It was spoilable, that one, but he was just too good.
Yep, too good in the air. Strong grab. And they have hit back pretty hard, East Geelong.
No wind.
No.
Winchelsea are up by 80 points, 20 minutes into the second.
So ball now back with the umpires in the middle of the ground. Nachos has the ball in hand. Daly and Kasparian doing the ruck work. Ball up in the air now. Kasparian maybe gets the handball or the ball down, goes to McIntyre, tackled, ball to ground, picked up by Mobile on the left boot. Little chip goes to the half forward line. Minari comes out. Ball gets through the contest there. Going back, it's going to. Oh, that was Minari there, so it wasn't him the first time.
The ball.
Might have been Jack Doyle. So free kick is going to be paid. And going to go to Patiage in the defensive side of centre wing for Werribee, club room side of the ground. So he's just looking now to drive the ball longer into their forward line. Daly's the target in front. Ball gets over the back. Stone looks like he got a bad bounce there. Picked up by Payne. McComb gets a handball out the back to McLean. McLean on the right boot. Back to its 2-on-1 contest. No, it wasn't a good kick out there. Stevenson first to arrive. Good pressure though. Easter being able to hold the ball up. Patiard steps the ball out wider. Picked up out there this time. And that was by Phillips. Ball ends up in the hands of Daly. Back to Phillips. Phillips gave the ball away there. Straight in the hands of McComb. He might be colourblind, Grub. We're going to get him checked. Ball goes into their forward line. Again, 1-on-1 contest. Steele roves it. Kicks around the body. Hits the post. Hits the post. And that was some good roving work there. Good work there for East Geelong there. 2-2 now. Werribee Central one straight goal. And we have gone 9 minutes.
Ball back in. It was intercepted by Steele. Now the ball's bouncing in the path of Farrow. And then a kick from Doyle. It got smothered off the boot. There's still an opportunity. Handball. McIntyre on his left. Can he kick the goal? He can. The snap came back beautifully. And East Geelong are on a roll here. One straight Werribee 6 to 3-2. 20, and we have gone 10 minutes in this first quarter. Brawls by Buckers Entertainment.
Well, they're all over them at the moment. Well, Central's got the first goal in the first 20 seconds and haven't had it up the forward line since. So East Geelong are dead set continuing to play like they played last week. They're able to make North Geelong not even kick, 4 goals, they only kick 3 for the game. And at the moment, they're playing that type of football, so Werribee will have to improve. I don't know. I think they've taken Darcy Phillips off the ground. There must be something wrong with him.
Maybe he got the knock to the head.
Maybe he didn't look 100% coming off, actually.
So back in the middle now. Daly wins the tap down to the path. They're going to get the clearance now. Brennan inside out, handball over the top. He misses his teammate on that occasion. Goes over the top. East along with the ball now, and it ended up with Bailey Payne. He got taken over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in between centre wing and half forward for Werribee. Umpire with ball in hand now in front of the East Geelong interchange bench. Comes back now. Melville in the ruck, evened it well, and then it was well done on that occasion from the East Geelong player, but he couldn't get the ball out. Opportunity for Chesterman now, hugged tight against the boundary, bounce over the top. Here's Kirker. Can he turn his man inside out? Gets the handball, trying to find Saliba, couldn't quite. A couple of players converge, and the ball might be stuck under there. The umpire lets it go. Is the ball going to pop out? Maybe it does eventually. Good umpiring in the end.
I don't think so. That's where you get hurt. Once it's stuck in there, ball it up.
Clear him out.
Yeah.
So we'll have a ball in no more than 15 metres out. Back in now. It's a good ball in coming through McIntyre there. And then a good snapback kick from Martin. It was McComb, sorry. And then they're going to go inside forward 50 here. Werribee in the path. One grab, two grabs. The umpire can't pay that mark. There was multiple players had hands on it. We'll have a ball in, a ball up 30 metres out from the Werribee goal. We're up again now. McIntyre trying to row the ball. He couldn't quite. Now he does get the ball and kicks it out to Ola. So they're tracking back and taking the mark. On that occasion is Aaron Stone. So it's a bit of an Aaron kick from McIntyre. He just couldn't get the purchase on it he wanted. Aaron Stone was playing a kick behind the play. And he'll have an opportunity to kick it steady up, which Werribee need. Kick their second goal from, have to kick from 50. Is he a good set shot, Grub?
Yeah, normally, the distance shouldn't trouble him.
Not too much breeze out there to contend with as well. It's a pretty good day conditions-wise at Werribee. He starts his approach now. Kicks from 50. Looks pretty good off the boot. I don't think it's going to have the distance. It doesn't. Bounces over the back. Kirker's there. So's McDonald. Trying to keep the ball in. It might be over now. The umpire's still letting it play. Oh, Crombie ran into the post. But he saw the ball over for a rush behind. So 1-1-7 the 3-2-20. We have gone 13 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to our Buckers Entertainment.
McLean kicking in for East Geelong. Fullback plays on now. Takes advantage. Kicks out long. Goes towards centre wing. Robinson in front. Oh,
that's got to be a free kick.
Absolutely had to be, yep. If he had to put his hand on it, he might have got away with it, but didn't do so.
He was never going to do that, though, was he? It was an unrealistic attempt.
So Robinson now with the ball. So he's just settled things down, moving the forward of the contest now. He's looking for that player to come at him. Goes direct, straight down the middle of the ground. Mark not taken by Monahan. His teammate picked the ball up. Couldn't see who it was there, but he tackled very quickly. Umpire's now going to come in and take possession of it. 35 out from goal. Game Werribee now need to make something of this effort. Ball thrown up. Mobile taps the ball out. Crennan round the body. He won't bring that back far enough. Out of bounds from the full. Free kick will go to East Geelong and will be McLean once again. So McLean, with no one standing the mark, although Saliba now moves up there and takes it now.
McDonald won't take that rubbish, I tell you. Blake just give him one on the way past. He won't take that. He's mad as a snake.
So he ball now kicked out long again. Good distance on the kick. Linehan Cunningham's up. Didn't take the mark. Ball come to the ground. Picked up out there. Murdoch, it might have been with his head down. And it's going to come back to the umpire once again. Another ball up to take place. Umpire does it very quickly. Linehan Cunningham able to get the ball down towards Stone. He's tackled. Ball comes out in the contest. Linehan Cunningham picks it up. Touched off the boot. Goes towards McDonald. Out the back it comes now. McLean's there again. Got a teammate further afield. Manari goes across the goal. Kick had to be good. And was Mark taken out there. And that is Flintoff. So Flintoff back pocket. He's going to be dangerous now and come back to the goal square. Kick was okay. Marcus taken out there by Martin, right in the goal square. He goes back to the same side where it came from. Monahan, I think it is now with ball in hand.
With no wind, you don't need to switch if you don't have to, Smithy, do you?
No, as I said, if he got a chance to do it and play on, that's valuable. But now he decides Monahan or talking goes long outside 50. Ball tapped further back in towards the 50-metre arc. Numbers there. This time ball picked up and it's kicked back towards the full forward position. Mark not taken once again. Ground level. Saliba had it. I thought he might have been tripped. He ran over his own foot. Then I'm not too sure. Ball comes out of the contest. McDonald tried to get through the contest. Players are tackled, and again, umpire this time again quickly in and will do a ball up. Still 35 out from goal, directly in front of Werribee's end, kicking towards the city end grub.
Yeah, Grubby Cation's house end.
That's it. Carlton emerges with it, turned the ball over though, went towards opposition, and it's going to be run out of the back line. McLean with hands on the ball again, back to Crombie. Crombie off a step, looks up, needs Ezard to make a contest here, did so, brought it to ground. The free kick's been given to that player. Said was for a hold.
Well, so Caleb quite Ezard, sure who was holding.
Ezard now a little chip further down the field. Mulville takes the mark. Plays on now, gets some valuable ground and goes long into the pocket towards Steele. Good spoil from behind there. Ball goes to the boundary line over, and we will have a ball up, or a throw-in, I should take place. About 20 rounds from the East Geelong goal this time, and in 16 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard, it is Werribee 1-1-7, 3-2 East Geelong.
Right, with ball in hand now, 45 metres out from the East Geelong goal. What a hot start it has been for them. So it just takes a breath for a moment. The ball comes back in now. Ezard in the ruck. It was maybe a free kick. Umpire says play on. No ruck infringement. Down the line now. They've got the numbers here. Fanning's there and then going back for the flight. That was well done by Bailey Payne. He takes the mark. He's going to go inboard. It's a good enough kick. Find his teammate. In Ollis. Ollis is going to go really wide now. It's a genuine one-on-one out there. It's a good mark taken. Just coming a little bit too late. So now they're going to go inside the forward 50. And the mark is taken by Doyle.
It was a really good kick too. It gave him the chance to protect the ball with his body when he had the front position.
Jack Doyle now. Have to kick this from 45. Backing themselves with their set shots. Even last week in more blustery conditions. It's a perfect day for football out there at the moment. So Jack Doyle from 45 to kick their fourth goal. He gives it a ride. It's going to be close, right to the line as Ezard taking the mark. He's claiming the goal. He's kicked his first of the day. 1-1-7 to 4-2-26. We have gone 17.5 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
That was poor defence, actually. Once you spoil the bloke from taking the mark, you should never let him get a chance to kick a goal like that. There should be too many on the goal line. But in saying that, it was a fantastic bit of football from the big bloke who sort of roved his own, as he dropped the ball, he roved it up himself and kicked a lovely goal.
And Balpost Hill are up by 24 points as well, just quietly.
The magic number, Grub.
Yep, 24.
Ball back in the middle again. Umpire about to restart playing there. Linehan Cunningham looks like he's going to do some ruck work now. Kasparian. He gets a little bit too much height, brings the ball to ground. Mulville's also in the middle of the ground. Kasparian follows up his work, kicks the ball into their half-forward line. It's going to be a contest out there. Sutton, he came at the player and ball went over the boundary line. And it was off whose boot? Must have been Sutton because East Geelong are going to be rewarded with the free kick. That kick's going to go to Farrow. He kicks in short. Ezard has it. Short kick further afield. Good lead up. And mark has been taken once again. So he would have normally kicked that goal last week, the big fella Ezard, but he's found a teammate in Purdy, as I said, who was very good up and forward last week, and an opportunity here to kick another early goal for himself and for East Geelong. So Purdy, distance won't be a problem here. Comes in, kicks that goal. That looked very nice off the boot. Will it hold its line? No, it won't. It is through for a minor score. East Geelong now to 4 goals, 3-1-1 Werribee. And we have gone almost 20 minutes in this Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
So it's going to go back to Stevenson now. He'll kick in for Werribee. And tomorrow some signs early, Grubby.
Yeah, look, they're not playing well. The defence is a bit ragged. They left Purdy out there, not just the player on him, but they left a couple of holes there where I think the midfield have to get down and fill those holes. Otherwise, it makes it easy for the forwards to lead into a hole.
So They're going to play on from full back, and they're going to find a player. It was a good kick in the end to find Sutton. Sutton's going to go quickly to centre wing. It's going to go over the top. Chesterman, can he take the mark? He can. Now we got Houlihan running back to goal. He gives it to Saliba. Saliba falls over, and then he might turn the ball over here. Chesterman did really well. He's going to take the advantage, run to 45, and hit Houlihan on the chest. So what they needed was a little bit of individual brilliance there, and it was shown by Daryl Chesterman.
Well, it was almost shown by Saliba, but he slipped over. He done the hard work and slipped over, but Chesterman followed up his work, which is good.
Brand Houlihan to give Werribee a settler. Doesn't give much momentum with a run-up, but he kicks the goal, and that's all that matters. He kicks Werribee's second 2-1-13 to East Geelong, 4-3-27. We have gone 20 and a half minutes in this first quarter scoreboard, brought to you by Buckingham Entertainment.
Well, that's the better play that came right from back. Sutton was a beautiful kick, and Chesterman followed his work up. But believe it or not, only, 20-odd minutes into the first quarter, that was a very important goal because another one or two the other way, and they're in deep trouble.
Yes, especially early.
Shows how big that miss was from Purdy as well. So we're back in the middle. Sparrow couldn't win it out. Was well done on that occasion by Crennan. Tried to get the ball and then he tried to take him on.
See, that's wrong because he had Crennan before he even got the footy.
McIntyre kicks down the line. It was well done by Sutton playing in front, but Ezard still gets the ball. He's going to handball over the top to Minari. Minari has a look at his options further afield. They're going to handball back. Mulville, the Austin variety, back to Payne, then Mulville again. That was probably high. Yeah. The umpire's seen that.
Not probably.
So I don't see where you get more opportunity when a bloke's got hold of him before he gets the football.
Austin Mulville will be looking for Caleb Ezard. He goes down the line. Steele might jump over the pack, and it's a poor kick in the end. Too easy for Werribee as Robinson takes the mark. They're going to go quickly now. Go out the fat side of the ground. Ends up far side, handball back in board. And then they're going to get himself in a little bit of trouble. The kick was trying to find Aaron Stone, and then it was turned over. And
that's
then
a good tackle.
A good tackle in the end. Otherwise, they're going to go back in the back. Oh, he's giving it in the back, I think.
What?
So Ben Crombie now. He's going to play on from 55. Kick long down the line. Caleb Ezard comes at the ball and takes the mark. Got to be right next to him. Josh Sutton. So now Caleb Ezard's going to go back from 25 metres, a little bit of angle about it to kick his second goal of the day. He thought that was a bit of a harsh call, Grub.
Was that a free?
Other than being a little bit heavy in the tackle,
that's not a free. You can be as heavy as you want.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was on the back of him, so that would be my only thing to him, I reckon.
Gee, that's a terrible decision.
So Caleb Ezard with the bag last week. Start proceedings off nicely here in this first quarter, and he's kicked the goal. East Geelong get that one back. 2-1-13. Werribee Centrals, they trail East Geelong 5-3-33. We have gone 23 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
A little bit bemused Stone too. I don't think he was too happy with that. But the kick in, Ezard led very, very well. But the kick in, even though it was high, he got himself into a position where his opponent just couldn't get to him. And once he takes the mark, he does the good stuff by finishing it off. And that's what good sides do. They finish off the good work.
Yes, they've continued on from where they left off last week, East Geelong. Playing some pretty good football. As you said, they might be a side now that can get momentum and just keep that rolling on. So ball now back with the umpire in the middle. This time both Ruckman with hand on the ball, goes outside. Crombie led in the race for the ball, couldn't take it cleanly. Again, ball now sits, kicked off the ground, so that was well worthwhile doing. Farrow now picks the ball up and goes long into their forward line. Mark not taken, ball comes to ground. Contest required at ground level. Might have been a little bit of a push there, but Kellos picks the ball up. He's tackled and brought to ground. Umpire comes in and will take possession of it. So still East Geelong, another opportunity here. 24 minutes in, keeping their attack. Ball comes out of the contest. Minari, fresh area on the left boot there, didn't make contact. And umpire right where the ball is. A ball up to take place once again. The ball is thrown up. Ruckman there. Ball comes out of the contest. East Geelong try to emerge. Ends up in the hands of Mulville. He's tackled. And again, without any prior opportunity to get out of that contest, the umpire right there again quickly calls another ball up. Third time, Daly again, not real clean possession there. This time he gets the handball. That's a long handball out of the contest. Goes towards Camilleri. And ball over the boundary line. Throw in to take place once again. Don't think either side would want to concede another goal at this point.
No. Especially Werribee.
Yes. Ruck contest again. Daly front position, has the height, but Melville gets the ball down. It comes out. He's going to do his own work at ground level. Player goes after it, picked up by McLean. Got the handball out the back when looking for his teammate. Unfortunately, a bit too much pace on it. Ball back over the boundary line. And Martin.
The umpire signalled the lasso, but I don't think it came up anyone.
No, it was out of his
Yeah,
hand.
the boundary umpire signalled a lasso.
No, it's a throw in.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
The
got to be
right,
a
the
throw.
right decision is definitely made now.
Yeah, but it wasn't deliberate. So
No.
ball, boundary umpire throws it back in again. Daly front position, comes back towards the boundary line, picked up Crombie, tackled, brought to ground, and he wants to be careful there. Another ball up to take place once again. This time tapped out, goes towards Camilleri. A little boot off the knee there, picked up by Stone. He's tackled. Ball comes out, picked up Farrow, goes to Crombie. Left boot. Ball comes out again. Tackle laid. See umpire in there very quickly once again.
Geez, I'd take that.
A ruck contest again. Ball sits underneath the contest. It's not going to come out. Umpire's in there very quickly today. He might also feel the heat within the game, I think. Umpire again, a third time. Ball is thrown up once again. Daly. Ball comes out. Working through Linehan Cunningham. Didn't get out the other side. Picked up by Flintoff. He was tackled again. Can't get clear of it. So we'll have another go. 5-3-33, 2-1-13 to Werribee. 27 gone.
Try and clear it out for you here, Dale. So the ball at centre wing bounces off. Oh, well rode by guess who? McIntyre handballs inboard and then ends up with McLean. He's going to go down the line looking for Purdy. It's not a great kick, though. They've got the numbers here, Werribee. Kalos can gather the ball, though. It must be a downfield free kick.
See, what it should be is around the neck.
So
right? It should be back here.
Purdy has the ball 65 metres out into the forward line, looking for Mulvey. Was not happy with the kick. And fair enough as well.
See, down the ground free kicks are for late tackles. And I was about to call, oh, that's high. But it was as he kicked the ball. So it's got to come back here. It's not down the ground.
So with 27 and a half minutes gone, East Geelong looking for their sixth goal. Ball back in now, 25 metres out. Ezard grabs the ball out of the ruck, couldn't quite get good connection. Mulville running back to goal, and it just goes through for a minor score. The ball beat all comers. 2-1-13 now to 5-4-34. 28 minutes gone. They're going to go quickly, Werribee. Oh, it's Jones Padiard. He's got to get up quickly. The umpire said it was a mark. He wasn't sure, though, then played on. Now to Camilleri. He's going to handball back in board and down the line. It was Adorno who did that nice work down back. Kirko couldn't take the mark. There's an opportunity. They need to get a goal here. Werribee ends up with Linehan Cunningham. And then down.
Good on you, Smithy.
Down the line from Minari. Couldn't quite get the ball. Sutton there as well. It was good body work on that occasion. Might have been Doyle down there as the ball beats all comers.
I think they were just being a bit too cute here. Like the little smart aleck handball and that. And come unstuck. You've just got to play normal football.
So back in now, 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Not too long to go in this quarter. Comes out to Crombie from 45. Can he kick the goal? He can! East Geelong get their sixth goal and extend their lead. 2-1-13. Werribee Centrals to East Geelong. 6-4-40. And we have gone 29 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
See, and as I say, it'll all come about by just play basic football. We don't need this hero smart aleck stuff because when it comes apart, you get down there and blokes like Benny Crombie and McIntyre, they'll jump on it every single time. If you kick it in the air, Ezard will get it. So when you've got possession of the football, go forward. So that was a silly handball. And it's happened 2 or 3 times. And I just reckon they're off. And why they're off is because East are playing such good football last week and this week, and they are a contender. They're playing great stuff.
Yeah, no, they've definitely turned their game around. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. So we're back in the middle once again. And as I said, late in this first quarter, Ruckman go at it again. Ball from that centre contest. Stone looked like he was going to try and pluck it out. He had a second go at it. Ball doesn't come out. Ends up now with Minari. Got the handball out the back. Picked up again, and they work the ball from the half-back line. That's Martin. Long kick into their forward line. Good support from behind by Sutton. He said he's been held on to. Ezard with an opportunity. Finished with 6 last week. He's going to have possibly 3 in this first
If
quarter.
they're going to keep giving him free kicks like that, he's going to kick 10.
He was definitely a good player, a very good player last week, and he has got himself up and about early in this game as well.
His arms were around him, Grub. Looking at the replay.
Well, I think both of them, when they start, the arms, they change.
Well, it's the attack. They hold him.
And what happens is the more experienced umpires understand that, and they let it go. But but what Sutton's got to do now is, if this young bloke's going to pay that, you've got to adjust to him.
So Ezard from directly in front kicks that goal, and umpire indicates that that is all clear, and he has his third. East Geelong, they have their 7th. They are 7-4. They lead Werribee on 2 goals, 1. And I think just on 31 minutes gone in the Bucklers Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Well, they'll be wanting the siren to go wherever. They've got to regroup because, and I'll tell you what, if they don't do it early in the second quarter, the game will be over pretty bloody quickly, I reckon, because East Geelong are just killing them all over the ground. They get it down the forward line, Werribee Centrals, and the back line get it out. They're probably losing the ruck, but they get it out of the centre, and their forwards are all over them. I can't find a real winning spot on the ground for the home side.
Just wait for the umpires to retrieve the ball over the fence.
I think a lot of people are wondering, where was that form? Where was that form for the first 11 games? I'm certainly wondering about it. I watched a few of the games. I thought, wow, how good a football is. But East Geelong are not allowing them to play that football.
And on the contrary, East Geelong have found their form at the right time of the season, Grub.
Well, Smithy had them written off a couple of weeks ago.
He
does that sometimes.
Play finals football.
They're not
playing.
So ball back in the middle now. Kasparian wins the ball out, trying to get to Crombie. It was beautifully done coming through from Aaron Stoney. Won the ball out of it. It was well done from East Geelong. It was Melville who got the ball forward, running back. It's inside the forward 50 now. Steals there. Can he gather it? It was good defence on that occasion. That holding the ball. Umpire has said, no, give it to me. So we'll have a ball in now. Liam Callis down there, who is the player in question. Got good tackle and good pressure from Andrew Steele.
He was lucky he got the handball out, Archie.
So ball back in now, 20 metres out from the East Geelong goal. I can't concede another one here. Werribee, handball to Mulville now. It's Ben. He's going to swing around, look inboard. Oh, no. Sutton's dropped the mark. He should have taken it. It could hurt them. He follows up the play. Handballs over the top, trying to find his teammate in Carlton. He lost the ball. Now they're going to go down the line. It was Werribee have got enough players back now. Although it was good tackle on the far side of the ground. Umpire says, give it to me. So have a stoppage.
So that pressure's got to him a little bit. That was a terrible handball. He handballed to a bloke who was right on him.
And you wouldn't expect Sutton to drop a mark like that.
No, but he did follow up.
He did. So the ball's back in now. Crombie's starting to have an impact on this game. Kick down the line from McIntyre. The ball has bounced. So it should be a ball in. It is. It might be the last play of this quarter with 34 minutes gone. 33 minutes, I should say. 20 metres out from the East Geelong goal. They've currently kicked 7 goals this quarter. It's Werribee's 2. Ball back in. It's tucked up against the boundary. No one could really get it out. Crombie circling the pack. He can't get it. Still trying, Ben Crombie, and the ball is over the boundary line now. So an extra long quarter, Smithy.
34 minutes, mate. Yes.
So 25 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
East Geelong won't mind.
No, they won't. Werribee waiting for the siren. Good front position there from Daly against Ezard. Ben Mulville is going to gather the ball, kick back, inboard, an opportunity. Shot, it goes, it gone through with the behind. It was Ben Flintoff, had the flying shot. What a cherry on top that would have been to a great first quarter. 2-1-13, 7-5, 47. They're going to go long now, Werribee. They're just going to kill it as the siren goes for quarter time. Scores at quarter time. 2-1-13, Werribee Centrals. They trail East Geelong by 7-4-46. That quarter went for 34 minutes and was brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Yes, goal kickers at this stage of the game for Werribee. They're 2 goal kickers. McDonald in the First 20 seconds of the quarter, he's kicked one, Houlihan the other. And for East Geelong, 3 to Ezard, 1 to Ben Mulville, Steele, and McIntyre. And sorry, Benny Crombie also has one. We're going to take a short break. We're going to try and get some scores from around the ground, and we'll obviously let us know wherever you're doing wrong, because East Geelong are up and about here this afternoon. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cat's official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
And East Geelong off to a flying start here this afternoon, 7-5-47 lead Werribee Central's 2-1-13 around the grounds. Winchelsea 117, Giants 10, Belmont 16, Bellpost Hill 35, Bannockburn 34, Corio 25. Inverleigh and North Geelong neck and neck, 27 apiece out there, and Thompson 22, Anarchy 10. So some interesting scores from around the league, but Grub, as I said, they were pretty impressive last week, East Geelong, and they've been able to continue that run in that first quarter.
Well, you said they got off to a flying start. Well, actually, Central's got off to the flying start and kicked the goal in the first 20 seconds. I think people sat back and said, oh, that looks good. But the only people that didn't sit back was the East Geelong footy team. I reckon last week they played 4 of the best quarters I've seen them play for a long time, and they just beat that because that's the best quarter I've seen them play for a while. They were everywhere. They not only did they finish off their opportunities and kick 7 goals, but what they did is they put pressure on the Werribee on ballers and the Werribee players. And I've got to say they didn't handle it well. Like, Aaron Stone, I reckon, got his hand to the ball 8, 9, 10 times and wasn't able to get a proper disposal at all because of the pressure that they put on him. Camilleri, who's been in fine form this year, gets the ball like 4 or 5 times, never got a proper possession because of the pressure that East Geelong were putting on them. And they just poured it on and poured it on. Even out here with a couple of little nigglins and a couple of, it's old-fashioned football, and they've decided, East Geelong, that's the way they're going to play the game. And I think if Werribee can't lift and take that pressure on, then they can't win the game. Mind you, they've got 3 quarters to try and do that. Big Paddy Daly's winning the tap outs and giving it to the Werribee blokes, and they can't get out of the centre again because of the pressure that East Geelong are putting on. And I haven't seen them play this well for a long, long time. And I'll tell you what, they're starting to play it at the right time of the year.
Just quickly as well, Grub, some news out of the Thompson Anarchy game. Luke Dalhouse wasn't named, but he's playing and he's kicked 3 goals.
Wow. Well, I might have to change my tip back to a draw.
So back in the middle, we are about to start the second quarter here this afternoon. And we'll soon find out whether Werribee can respond to that first quarter from East Geelong. Daly and Kasparian doing the ruck work in the middle of the ground. Ruckman at it again. Kasparian got maybe the first touch, but it was definitely tapped down by Daly the second. Mulville off the back of the contest goes outside, kicks towards the half-forward line. Ezard leading the race for the ball. Ball does go over the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw-in which will take place.
Well, he had to do that because of the last touch.
Yep.
If he doesn't touch that, it's a Central's free kick.
About just outside their forward 50 again, East Geelong.
Mind you, when you do that, that's deliberate, isn't it?
So the ball now from that ruck contest. Carlton comes down, ends up in the hand of Stone, back out to Carlton. He got the handball away, and again, ball goes back towards the boundary line, and it'll run over once again, and it's going to be another ball up. Well, I don't think so. I can't remember who had last touch there.
Good work from the young umpire there, controlling the situation.
I think he's just been conned.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he's just been conned.
I'd like to have a look at the replay there, Tyler, see what's going on there. Ball short into the hands of Hop. He's got the ball now. He's just outside their forward 50, so it's kicking a bit to get to where he needs to be. Low and flat, he goes into their forward line, coming across. Mark taken and read nicely there by Robinson. He's just going to hold things up a little bit, going to go across the ground. Teammate out there. And again, the short kick now outside the fence. They've moved the ball quite nicely now. The important kick's the next one. Phillips goes sideways.
Now it's the next one.
Pattiage. The longer kick out towards centre wing. Player in space by himself. Had a bit too much on it, but time to pick the ball up now and go into their forward line.
Phillips.
Long. Goes towards Kerr. He's up. Mark not taken there. Just sure that could have been classified as a legal attempt at a mark, but the ball's gone over the boundary line and a throw-in will take place. So they've been able to move it from one end to the other. Some clean play.
There's the bloke that brought it out. They need to lift. The Stevenson. They need him to lift too.
Yep.
Carlton hasn't seen much of the ball either.
No, he's another one that's had 3 or 4 touches and can't get a possession because of the pressure. And you can't blame the Central's players. It's a great play by East.
So ruck contest in the forward line. Houlihan doing the ruck work. Game player picked up, kicked back towards goal, and that was a pretty good attempt. I'm not too sure who that player was.
Houlihan, I think,
was it? I'm not too sure, but it's through for a minor score. So Werribee to 2-2. East Geelong 7 goals 5. Ball brought in quickly to the back pocket. So East Geelong through now McLean. Going to go back to the goal square. Kick will be okay. Down to the far side, Bissenden. That's another good kick. They're controlling the play fairly nicely with their field kicking. That one wasn't so good. Now it's going to be turned over. Ball in the hands of Lynn Cunningham. Gives it back to Murdoch. Murdoch long into their forward line.
Crikey.
But again, kick wasn't good. And out the back, Monaghan has taken the mark.
It's Crombie.
Oh, it is too, yes. Benny Crombie back in defence. He takes now a long kick, comes outside 50. Gets towards Mulwell. There's a free kick being given. Going to go East Geelong way. Looks like to Kasparian. It's a little bit dangerous not giving the ball back on the full there. So Kasparian now outside his defensive 50. Little chip up, further up the ground. Umpire blew the whistle.
What was that?
I'm not too sure what it was for, but Patios picks the ball up and he goes
Play
long
on,
back
it
to their
was.
forward line. Again, strong hands down there. Bissenden once again takes the mark. Goes to McLean. Good kick. So he maintained possession. Handball goes into McIntyre. A little bit of space. Goes back to his teammate McLean. A little bit of pressure out there now. Puts his teammate Minari under a bit of pressure. They've been able to manage it so far. Now McIntyre in some clean space goes inside. So they run through the middle of once again. Picked up. Mulville kicks into their forward line. Nice kick. Hazard on a lead.
See, there's not enough pressure on the ball carrier.
Through the middle of the ground. That's it.
But the other way around, there's stacks and stacks and stacks of pressure on the ball carrier.
So last week he was getting this distance, no problem. We're talking about Hazard. So it's a great opportunity here to kick his fourth of the game. And to keep things rolling for East Geelong. He's gone back a long way here. Hazard to get East Geelong underway once again, as we said. So he's going to have to kick from right on 50. Steps in. Long. Didn't give that much of a chance because he's off to the left and through for a minor score. East Geelong now to 7-6. Werribee Central's 2-2. 4.5 minutes gone. Elders Insurance second quarter.
Going to be Stevenson.
I like this setup. Look at this.
So short. Oh no. He went down to the 50 line. It was dropped by Sutton. They're gonna go through Stone now. Back to Sutton. He's got to find a man out wide. He's kicked to space, although Cunningham's coming back there. He couldn't quite get the ball. Now it's back inside. Here's McDonald. He's got some time and space. Tries to get around one and then back inboard. They got to kick a goal here, Werribee. They're going to go to Kirker in the square. Can he take the mark? Offhand. Good defence from East Geelong, defending gallantly, although that's a bit of a hospital ball. Up in the air, two players converge, and Aaron Stone takes the mark for Werribee. He's going to kick short and find a teammate about 45 metres out from goal. Bit worse angle, but closer in. It's going to be Bradley Carlton, who has an opportunity to kick, and he must kick this goal. Doesn't he, Grub?
Oh, you would think so, but it's not an easy kick.
Yeah, 45 metres out, a little bit of angle about it as well. It's pretty straight. I don't think it's going to come back. It doesn't. So just a minor score for Werribee. 2-3-15 now. They trail East Geelong 7-6-48. And we have gone just on 6 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance. East Geelong, it's going to be Vicenten to kick in. Got all the players on one side of the ground here, so you think they're going to go that side of the path of Hazard. Here's Hazard versus Sutton, a good one-on-one. Sutton wins that one or evens it, and the ball beats all comers, goes out of bounds. So have a ball in between centre wing and half forward for the Werribee Centrals. Umpire back in now. Kasparian trying to get front spot, coming through. And Doyle gathers the ball now. Handballs inboard to Mulville. He might be holding the ball. He is. So Stevenson, good tackle. That's the pressure they need on the ball carrier. Wasn't there in the first quarter. Down the line now. Need it. Take this mark, and Saliba does.
Well, he's got to lift too. He hasn't had much of the footy just yet.
No.
Not so much. The ball hasn't been coming down as often. But it's got to be dangerous.
The ball doesn't come that often. Get up the ground a bit and get a couple of kicks. Get yourself into the game. Coach might tell you off, but who cares?
So Saliba from a tough angle. We know he has that X factor about him. It's about 45 against the boundary. Steps out now. Plays on. Looks all right. It's not going to have the distance. Kirker's going to fly. There's a couple who did. Comes to ground now. Still an opportunity. Is that high? The umpire says play on. The ball's stuck under there. They still haven't blown the whistle. Now they do. So it's going to be a stoppage at the top of the goal square for Werribee Centrals.
I hate to say this, but if there is a slight zephyr, it's actually coming towards its end.
So ball up now. Watch for Saliba in this contest. Ball gets out of his hands. Camilleri, is he holding the ball? Umpire says play on. They're letting it go. We have another stoppage 10 metres out from the Werribee Centrals goal. You need a kick. The first of this second quarter. Ball back up now. The free kick. It's going the way of East Geelong.
He dragged him out. Dragged him out when he didn't have the footy.
I think it might be going to the Ruckman Kasparian. It is. Good battle early on in the ruck. He's going to go short to McIntyre. He's going to wheel around on his left, go down the line. Ezard's going to fly. He's not going to get there, so they've got to even the contest. The mark was dropped on that occasion by Linian Cunningham. And then the ball back out now. Handball through it nearly. Got to Camilleri and then not quite. Now is an opportunity for Linian Cunningham as the ball's kicked out of bounds on the full.
Linehan Cunningham.
I'll just call him the sandwich.
So the ball was kicked out of bounds on the full. So it's going to be a free kick to East Geelong. It's going to go to Paddy Vissenton.
Just a bit of news coming from Belpost Hill and Belmont game. Benny McPherson's gone off on a stretcher.
Oh, no.
Some good news. Winch Camp has just kicked 10.
The ball is down the line. Opportunity for Rezard. Ball gets out the back. Now they're going to fight for it at ground level. Daly there as well. The umpire says, give it to me.
I might go out on a limb here, but I think the Wayne Tyquin medal is done and dusted.
Ezard Cook kicked 23.
So the ball's back now, kicked forward into their forward 50. Vissenton, he's been a rock down there this quarter. He's going to go with a quick switch, trying to find his teammate. He does. Finds McComb. He's going to go down the line. Can Payne take the mark? He can. They've gone to switch to the far side of the ground now. There's still one on, and it's good work from Kirker coming across.
He's actually marked.
He has. He's fisted the ball away, punched it, and then gathered it himself. So he's going to send Werribee inside the forward 50. It's Saliba. Couldn't quite finish the mark. Now it's close to the boundary line. He gets around one. That may be a high tackle. It is. So Saliba's got a free kick, about 50 metres out. And he's not going to rush. He's going to go back with some authority. Say, leave it to me.
Well, we've asked him for a bit of a lift, and he's given it to us at the moment.
Fair kick from there still.
Yeah, that's right. You still got to put it on the scoreboard.
2-3, 15, 7-6, 48. 10 minutes gone in this second quarter. There's yet to be a goal kicked. Kicks long. Is it going to have the journey? It might. No, punched over the goal line. So just another minus score. 2-4. 16. Werribee Centrals are trailing East Geelong 7-6, 48. We've gone 10 minutes in the second quarter. Brought to Balders Insurance.
Short kick to the back pocket. Mark taken out there. McIntyre once again. Little chip further afield. So they play the percentage game around the boundary line. So it might be Farrow that's got the ball in his hand now. Or if not, it's Monaghan this time. He decides to play on. He goes long out towards centre wing. Players up. Ball comes to ground. Daly had it there. It's been kept alive. Stone swoops of the ball. Comes out the back towards Camilleri. Handballs over his head. Into the hands of Houlihan. Now right boot goes back inside 50. McDonald up a little bit early. Ball again at ground level. Picked up Saliba. Stepped round one. Or went to come back. Kicked round the body. And he is well off this time. And a free kick will go the way of East Geelong.
Well, on one hand, it's good that the young fella's getting the footy. But if Werribee can have so much of this play in this quarter and still not kick a goal, it's trouble. It's going
to be hard. So ball again into the hands of McIntyre. Just finds space all the time. He goes out wide. And again, the mark taken out there. So they've been able to maintain this possession football. The kick, the next one's the important one again. It comes outside. It's going to be coming back because it's going to end up in the hands of Camilleri. Again, tackled straight away, brought to ground.
They're right on him, aren't they? They're right on him. And that's good football. Because they're the type of players that can win you a game.
Another ball up this time. It comes out the back. Going to end up out the back. And Murdoch gets the ball. Goes outside.
Well, that's not a good kick.
Stevenson back in the middle of the ground. And straight in the hands of Vissenton. So Vissenton goes straight up the middle of the ground. Mark taken out there again. It's going to be moved quickly into their forward line out in front of Steele. Mark not taking ball. Gets out the back. I thought he was going to be the first to recover and get back there. Now the ball has gone over the boundary line. And we will have a throw-in which will take place.
You get the runner out. You get the runner out and say, keep it to the boundary line. Don't ever, ever come across into the middle of the ground when you're kicking blind. Because you never know.
Kevin Lee was trying to get half that tape out of his hair. I think he's pulled
Yeah.
half his hair out with it, I think.
You just never know. There could be 3 opposition players standing there,
Yep.
and there was.
So the ball now going, thrown back in by the umpire, front position. Comes out, and the Camilleri ends up with the ball. Sutton had it, goes out the back, Paddy Ards. He slipped over, got the handball away. Sutton smartly taps the ball further afield. They've got the ball out now, just need to release it. Ends up with Adorno. He's knocked off his feet there, tackled, brought to ground. No prior opportunity at all there. Can't be asking for that.
He might be asking for a push in the back.
Good
That's what he
bump.
might be
Good
asking
bump
for.
from Mulville as well.
Yeah, solid. Again, some quick work in the middle of the ground. Mulville gets the ball down, goes out towards McIntyre. Carlton's there, but it comes out, kicks further afield. And that time it worked to their advantage. Linehan Cunningham has marked himself, or found himself in front.
Well, I wanted him up forward, Smithy, early.
Yep. Well, he's got an opportunity here, Grubb. So this is Bryce Linehan Cunningham. And he wants to kick the ball every bit of 50 metres here. This would be a start for Werribee, but they'll need to finish it up with a few more in the quarter. So he kicks long. It's off the boot. It's drifting across in the breeze, but I think it may have held us long.
That.
Umpire says it's a goal. So he has his first of the afternoon, the third now for Werribee. They move to 3-4. They trail East Geelong on 7-6. We have gone, I reckon, didn't even look at the clock then. How many got there? Arch, 14. Nearly 14 minutes in this,
Elders
Insurance, second quarter.
Well, it's an understatement to say they needed it, but they didn't need it just because of the scoreboard. They needed it because they've had the ascendancy in this quarter. And there's no point in having the ascendancy if you can't kick goals. And the East Geelong defence has been fantastic. And unfortunately, they let Linehan Cunningham get out his own that time. And as he just showed us, he can kick them from a fair way out, Bryce.
So back in the middle now, and Breeze is going to the right of screen, right of your radio dial, but the scoring end is the left. So Crombie gets the ball now. He's tackled straight away, but it must have been holding.
High.
Throws right onto that. So the ball down the line in the path of Mulville. Can he take the mark? He can't quite. Ollis is there as well. He's got to play right against him. It was merely a throw. The umpire has said it was a throw.
Now, I thought it went out before he threw it.
So now down the line.
Oh, what's that?
It's not a great kick in the end. Vesperian couldn't quite make do with it. And then over the top, Crombie gives a good handball off to Payne. Payne inboard. It's a good kick. Had to be centimetre perfect, and it was. So now Ollis goes forward. Oh, big fly over the top by Steele. Mulville trying to get rid of one. Is that Pryor?
No Pryor. No Pryor.
He has said he's Pryor. He's
no
gone.
Pryor.
The umpire said the fend off was Pryor.
Did he fend?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's Pryor. What are you
So-
talking about, you idiot? I didn't see the fend, and I'm thinking, where's the Pryor? But all right, fair enough.
So Sutton
I
is
can be
gonna
wrong
play
there
on
again too,
now.
you know.
Is going to go into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. Big fly over the top. Couldn't bring it down. Minari handball. Crombie. He's been everywhere this game. He kicks forward. Is it going to be down the ground? It is going to be down the ground.
Give me the replay. Because it looked pretty close. That's not the replay.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
So Steele's got the ball. He's 75 metres out from goal.
Oh! If that's down the ground, I am not here.
He's going to go short. He's going to kick the ball out of bounds. But it was going to be inside the forward 50. So
What do you reckon, Tyler? Gee. Oh. Mate, you've got to be allowed to bump and tackle.
he's the best umpire in the business.
Well, this time I can be wrong, but so can he.
So ball back in now. 50 metres out. Kasparian goes over the top. It was nearly rode by Stevenson and a kick out. That was nearly holding the ball. Umpire said no prior. Now a pack converges. We'll have a stoppage 45 metres out from the East Geelong goal. This next goal is massive in the context of this game. We need to put a couple on him here. So Kasparian gets the ball down to Crombie. He slipped high, but the umpire was smart enough to know he dropped his knee. So we'll have another stoppage. 45 out still from East Geelong goal. 22 plays 48. 17 minutes gone. Up again now. And the ruck is BLC for Werribee. Coming over the top now. Handball. They've got some space out wide. It ends up with Phillips. He's going to go down the line. There's a one-on-one with Bailey Payne. The ball gets over the back. An opportunity for Callos, it seems. Going to have a shot from the pocket.
Good.
Kicks it out of bounds on the full. They're just not taking their opportunities here, Werribee.
but at least they're playing the football. Like, to come from end to end like that is good footy.
Opening the game right up. So McIntyre back on the ground for East Geelong. It's a good sight to see for all East Geelong fans. So they're going to go long down the line, far side of the ground. Ball ends up over the top. Camilleri is waiting for it now. He handballs inboard. Carlton seems he's turned the ball over. It was well done on that occasion from Jack Doyle. Now they're going to go back. They got numbers. Crombie there as well. He's going to go down the line. Mulville, can he take the mark? He can't. And then well done from Stevenson. He's going to go down. Crombie's going to go back with the flight over the top. Evens the contest. And we'll have a ball in far side of the ground. 3-4-22. Plays 7-6-48. East Geelong leading this one. We've got 18 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Ball far wing. And about to come back over the fence. Umpire about to get possession of that ball once again. A ball now thrown in by the umpire, and again, ball, Ruckman, Kasperian drops the ball down. East Geelong working hard at ground level. Paul comes out in the tackle again. They emerge with it once again, and the ball picked up. Minari goes back into the middle of the ground. Went back to Adorno, tried to get the handball outside, and again, he missed the target there. Picked up by Ollis, went across the ground, player by himself out there. And I'm not too sure who it is out there, but it's he's taken the mark and now decides to play on and kick long. That's Purdy, I think it was. In towards Ezard and the big fella. Good hands as they were last week. Straight, good mark, about 20 out from goal, 25. And can go back and look at his fourth goal this afternoon.
So where's Sutton?
Right. Goal square.
He's on Mulville.
So who's on Ezard? Surely it's not Liam Callis at that height. Surely.
Well, I'm not too sure whether they got lost in traffic, Grub, but that may be the case at this stage.
It's a beautiful kick.
Quick update from Banner. They could be kicking themselves out of the finals, sitting 7-9, 51 to Cry 6-3, 39.
Wow.
So Ezard in to kick himself for his fourth for the afternoon. Chipped at it and has brought it back just in time, I think. Umpire says it's a goal. He has his fourth. East Geelong have their eighth. They're 8-6. They lead Werribee on 3-4. And we have gone almost 20 minutes. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Well, again, forget about the kick and the mark and the goal. You've got to go back to this pressure that East are putting on. Now, the Werribee boy picked the ball up and then just didn't know what to do with it. He got tackled and handballed it straight back to the East player. You've got to have more poise and coolness about you because that just opened it up and see you later.
So back in the middle now. Strong the commanding lead. It was well rowed by Camilleri. He sends his team forward. Goes right to Houlihan's down there. The mark was dropped. Umpire has said play on. So an opportunity for Werribee now. And the whistle is blown. So I have a stoppage 15 metres out, but it's deep in their forward line, which is what they need.
He has to be stiff, doesn't he? That mark. He's pushed right in the middle of the back, the East Geelong boy.
So ball out, Houlihan in the ruck for the time being. Comes out, Marvin Doyle out wide, kick back by Camilleri, opportunity. And it was the ball. I don't think it was deliberate because he dropped the mark. He was trying to take the mark. The player in question was Bailey Payne. If he could have taken it, he would have. Came off his hand. So now 15 metres out, ball in. 3-4-22 to 8-6-54. Commanding lead for East Geelong. The ball is back in now. Experian tap over the top. Ball falls to ground. We'll have another stoppage. So umpire with ball in hand. Experian versus the smaller Houlihan.
Yeah, they've done that a few times this year, but I don't like it.
So down, tries to get it down the throat of his rover. It might have be coming through, but we'll have another stoppage. So a couple of repeat stoppages here. Trying to lock that ball in now, Werribee. Goes without saying they need to kick the next goal. Houlihan won the tap that time. Now the ball's kicked out in favour of East Geelong. Farrow was there. Payar's getting back though. And then Farrow again. He kicks an up and under ball. Steals underneath it.
There's a free kick behind play here.
It might be going to McDonald for a block. It is.
Tell you what, it wasn't much in it. Though.
McDonald wants the ball quickly. He better give it back quick enough. He does. Oh, and he's Not going to get a 50 for dropping the ball.
No, he done it on purpose so he don't have to pass it. Didn't he? He wants a shot, McDonald.
So he's 50 metres
No.
out. He's going to go short to find Camilleri. What a kick. Waited for the opportunity to present itself. Take Camilleri. Have a shot from probably 45 metres out.
It was a good kick for goal too, McDonald, normally, although we've seen him not get that one against Winchelsea, but I'm not quite.
That was pretty far out though, wasn't it?
Well, just outside 50 maybe, but I think he's a better kick for goal than
Camilleri.
Than young Tate Camilleri, so prove me wrong, son, if you can.
Need Camilleri to step up. In this moment, one of the young stars at the Centrals.
Well,
Camilleri kicks it. Oh, it looked okay off the boot, but it looks like the wind just tailed it late, so he missed.
The thing is, Archie, right? You've seen 5 kicks do that, right? So you don't aim for the middle. You aim for the right-hand side for the wind to bring it back. That's just common knowledge football.
So 4-5-29, 8-6-54. East Geelong leading 23 minutes gone this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
A short kick from McLean to the back pocket. Mark out there by Monahan. McLean on the overlap now. Gets the handball back again. He drives the ball towards centre wing. Goes out looking for Kasparian. Over the top of him, Ezard and Sutton now at ground level. The big fellas go at it. Sutton went to ground over the top. Ball held in. And a ball up will take place out there.
Belmont have hit the lead at winner reserve.
Oh,
It's 47-43.
So the ball now thrown up at the centre wing contest. Picked up McIntyre. Tried to get the handball back inside. Crennan had it and lost it. Linehan Cunningham, I think it is. That was actually, well, not too sure. He's over the top of the ball.
that was Linehan Cunningham.
Yep. Ball out the back now. McComb gets it out to McLean. Chips it across the ground. Their foot skills have improved immensely.
Oh, they have.
They're-
It's unbelievable,
yeah,
really.
they just, that one wasn't. Just
Right.
praising it on you.
You idiot.
So Linehan Cunningham kicks the ball back inside 50. Mark is taken, and Houlihan has taken the mark.
Oh.
That was the easiest kick they've actually had to deliver.
If anybody's supposed to put the moz on East Geelong today, it's supposed to be me. And what are you going to do? Oh. But you were right. They've been fantastic with foot skills. And look, at our level, at GDFL level, you are not going to get every one of them right.
No.
That one, if you kick straight, this bloke could cost them.
Yep. So Houlihan now the opportunity, 25, probably 30 metres out. And I would say pretty close to directly in front of goal. He's going to go back and kick the fourth for Werribee. Stabs at it. It's okay. Umpire says,
Goal.
I'm waiting for it.
Goal.
Yes, he says it's okay. Brandon Houlihan has his second of the afternoon, the fourth now for Werribee. They're 4-5. They trail East Geelong on 8-6. And we have gone nearly 25 minutes in this Elders Insurance second quarter.
Well, and that's what they've been. Werribee have played a lot better second quarter. And at that stage, what was the kick now? Just the 2?
Yep.
So they really needed that one and a couple more whilst they've got the ascendancy. Because the way East Geelong have played last week and this week, you don't hold the ascendancy too long against them because they can get it back like they did to North this week and like they did Werribee in the first quarter.
Back now, Sparing winning the tap out. McIntyre gets rid of one, then got the handball out. Was well done to Minari, and then forward to Mulville. Mulville chip, trying to find Farrow. Good hands.
How good a football was that?
Farrow has the ball now, 45 metres out. He'd have to kick at 50. He's going to go short to the pocket. Ezard all on his own. Sutton's got to play tighter than that.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. What hope in hell has he got there? What has to happen, Arch, is Chesterman here. Tyler Crennan wandering around the edge. They have to be in that hole. If you get a forward lead into a hole, Silvani couldn't stop it. It's not his fault. They've got to get into the hole, or they've got to pressure the bloke who's kicking the football. And they didn't do that. It was beautiful football East, but not Sutton's fault in any hope or form.
Ezard's going to have a shot from 45 metres to kick his fifth. From gun barrel straight recently. That one looks perfect. He's kicked the goal.
That never looked like a goal.
It didn't. It must have come back a long way. The goal umpire was out of position. It's gone straight over our hat. And that's the one that East Geelong needed back. They've kicked 9-6-60 now to Werribee Central's 4-5-29. We have gone 27 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
The other thing they're doing, what good sides do, when they do give away a goal, now they've got the 4 or 5 goal break, they make sure they get the next one. So the catch-up football is so hard to play because to catch up, you've got to kick 2, 3, 4 in a row. And East aren't letting them do that because they're playing too well for it.
Back in the middle once again, ball thrown in the air. Ruckman at it. Both had hands on the ball. Again, coming from the middle of the ground. It's going to be Crombie kicking the ball long into their forward line. Ezard's the target, and why wouldn't you go?
Oh,
Big fella nearly held on.
is that a mark?
Well, no, it's been allowed to go on. De Leon picks the ball up, gets the handball outside, and he's got his teammate now in Stevenson. He's running, take clear. Handball goes inside, goes back outside to Daly.
Look at
His
that.
handball wasn't any good, so the ball's going to come back quickly. Picked up by Payne. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And he goes back into their forward line. This time Sutton in front, doesn't take the mark. Picked up out there. Kellos, I think it was, no, Dorno. He's got the ball and lost it. Umpire said he didn't have any prior opportunity. Again, another skill error through the middle of the ground. Ball back the other way. Another ruck contest there. This time Daly with the height brings the ball down.
Oh, that's sling. That's sling.
Umpire's seen that, I think. Yep. That was a good call.
I hate that rule too, but now it's in there. You've got to play it.
Yep.
That was the best way to tackle, wasn't it? Thump them into the ground. You're allowed to.
You were told to. You were told to make them hurt.
Yeah.
And the siren is sounded to end the second quarter here. And it will be Werribee going in at 4-5-29. They trail East Geelong at 9-6-60. Goal kicks to the stage of the game. Home side, Houlihan with 2, McDonald and Bryce Cunningham with 1. And for East Geelong, Ezard with 5 in the first half. 1 each to Crombie, Mulville, Steele and McIntyre. Shake a short break, come back. Second half is obviously not too far away, and we'll get some scores from around the ground, some interesting scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
also for East Geelong. And now he's going to go wide to McLean. McLean down the line.
that's
out
down
of
the
side of the ground. Oh, ball hits the deck. Well done from Doyle to even up the contest. Now here they go again. East Geelong. Steele. He's going to handball wide. Opportunity is going to kick and hope. It was from William Hoff. Ball bouncing and bouncing. It's a foot race back there. I don't think Ezard has the legs. The ball keeps bouncing. Check out the bounce. No, it has. Richard Hoff's kicked it from 75 metres. The ball beats all comers.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
for East Geelong, and now he's going to go wide to McLean. McLean down the line,
that's
out
down
of
the
side of the ground. Oh, ball hits the deck. Well done from Doyle to even up the contest. Now here they go again. East Geelong steal. He's going to handball wide. Opportunity is going to kick and hope. It was from William Hoff. Ball bouncing and bouncing. It's a foot race back there. I don't think Ezard has the legs. The ball keeps bouncing. Check out the bounce. No one has it. Ross kicked it from 75 metres. The ball beats all comers.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Welcome back, and it's half time here this afternoon. Werribee Central 4-5. They trail East Geelong on 9-6, and around the grounds, Winchelsea enjoying their afternoon out there. 29-14, 188 to 2-7-19. Belmont Lions at this stage 9-7-61. Bell Post Hill 7-8-50. Pemmingsburn 7-11-53. Corio 7-5-47. So a close one out there. Another close one. Inverleigh 37. Currently trail North Geelong at 39, and another close one down at Thompson, 39. Thompson 42 to Anarchy. So some close games around the league group.
Well, it is.
To finish it off.
It is, and we've got the one that's not that close yet. But I tell you, Werribee probably won the quarter, but it doesn't show it on the scoreboard. They didn't do enough on the scoreboard. They improved on their first quarter effort, but it wasn't enough because the defence of East Geelong was fantastic. But as I say, when Werribee looked good and kicked a couple of goals, East Geelong answered them straight away like a good side does. And, you know, I think I run into the umpire coming out back at it on the ground. He said, "Who's your best player?" I said, "Well, there's 17 or 18 East Geelong, and then we'll start on the Werribee blokes." But look, they've been fantastic. Look, they've got to play 4 quarters of football because I think there was bits and pieces where we saw Werribee move the ball. If they can do that and East Geelong don't play 4 quarters, we can have a closer game too. But I think East now, they've got to go out, apply the same pressure that they've been applying. And if they can do that at 3/4 time, I think the margin might be too much. It might be a bridge too far.
Yes, they played, as I said, they've been able to just hold that margin, a big first quarter, but again, not too much damage done in that second. So they've done pretty nice at this stage.
And we just spoke to Jack Beardsall as well, which East Geelong would love to have out there. And he said he's about 6 weeks away and there's 5 weeks left of football. So he'll be racing against the clock, but probably won't get back, he said.
Well, I tell you what, the way they're playing East Geelong, they'll have 5 weeks left.
every bit of it at this stage, you would think.
Yeah.
So third quarter action not too far away. As we said, players slowly moving to their positions, and Werribee, to say the least, have got a fair bit of work to do in this second half.
Quickly,
Top spot.
Dale. Primer's sitting on 11 at the moment. Dixon with 1 so far. Unfortunately, Benny Mack's got a knee problem. So at Belmont.
Yeah, let's hope that's.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that's
That's the
precautionary
best for him. Yeah.
and not too bad. He's not only a beautiful footballer, but a magnificent bloke. So let's hope he's okay.
Righto, third quarter action is about to start here. Umpire with ball in hand. Just waiting for the siren. There it is, and we are underway. Ruckman to go out at the middle of the ground. Again, both had hands on it, but it's going to be come out of the middle. Linehan Cunningham goes quickly into their forward line. Sutton looks like he's been moved forward, so there's the first change. Picked up, and it's going to be kicked out of there. That was bad. He haven't called in very often today, but that might be because he's looks a bit different in those jumpers. Ball now comes outside. McLean gets the handle outside. Crombie goes further afield. Manari now on the left boot. That's a great looking kick. Straight over the top, hits his target. They go back to Crombie once again. Kick goes short. Picked up there. Mobile nice and clean at ground level. Coming through McLean. Bend up, picked up there by the Daly. Got the handball outside. When looking towards Paddy Arge, he picked the ball up. They put themselves under pressure, but that's better bit of work from Stevenson. Puts the ball out wider. And again, now they have a chance to run through Crennan. Kicks the ball to centre wing. True centre wing. Mark taken out there by Phillips. Little kick up over the top. Crennan continued to run down the ground. Now he's in some space by himself. Loads up, goes long. Linehan, Cunningham, the target. Mark up there. Had
He got a free kick, I
now
think.
he's been called for a tug on the jumper. And a free kick will go to Linehan, Cunningham. Forward pocket. An opportunity here to start the third quarter as they probably did in the first, but just taken that extra minute. So he's got a chance for first goal. Won't be easy from that position, I wouldn't think. But needs to kick it to get Werribee on the board and going. Kick on the mark, and he is just offline, says the umpire, through for a minor score. That will make them 4-6 now, Werribee, and 9-6 East Geelong. And just on 2 minutes gone in this P&R Foods third quarter.
It's going to go short now. McIntyre deep in the back pocket. It's going to wheel around. Go down the line to Ezard. It's a one-on-one between him and Robinson. Ball comes to ground now, trying to get out of the pack with Adorno. Comes out now to Sutton. He's going to handball. He misses his intended target in Phillips. He tries to keep the ball in, but the umpire said it's gone out of bounds, so he'll have a ball in 50 metres out from the Werribee Central's goal. The ball back in now. Daly versus Experian. Ball ends up over the top. Ollis there as well. So is Manari. Manari picks up the ball now and gets on the boot. It's a one-on-one here between Adorno and Mulville. Adorno did well. Gets rid of one. Crombie did superbly to get that smother off. Great work from Crombie. Then McIntyre sells a little bit of candy. They've worked this well with the handball, although the kick from Kasparian was smothered. Adorno ends up the ball now. Crombie in there as well. And we'll have a stoppage. McLean laying the tackle.
I think that's what they've got to do, Sims. They put a little bit more pressure on them that time and stop them from coming out. They've got to increase their pressure.
So Experian wins that tap, and then down the line, kick. It was a hack kick out of the air. Camilleri couldn't gather it, and then Crombie's been in under everything. He gets wrapped up by Camilleri, and we'll have another ball up just in front of us in the broadcast position. First goal this quarter is massive. Ball comes down. Experian couldn't get it to himself, and then with a 1-2 handball, it works out. McIntyre was involved, and then down the line from Ollis, trying to find Ezard. He couldn't quite. It was well done from Robinson, right up against him. The ball might have been out of bounds. Umpire was out of position. The kick stays in. It's going to go to Camilleri in the middle of the ground. He's going to move the ball. He's kicked to the far side. It was well moved as well. So Crennan now goes over the top. They've got some numbers here. They can work it out. It was good handball. Now they got to figure something out. Saliba kicks back inboard. It was
Right
good
defense
coming across on that occasion by Hoff. Then the ball kicks to the tip of the goal square. It might stay in. Sutton
I
the goal.
Did he push him?
The umpire hasn't called the push, so Werribee have kicked the first goal of the second half. Is exactly what they needed. 5-6, 36 to 9-6 60. We have gone just on 4 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
They were trying to play that footy that they played early on the year, and it didn't look great, did it? It was sort of a few little bit of mucking around in there. Look, I thought Sutton might have put his hands in the middle of his back, but the umpire was a lot closer than me. But did he touch him, Smithy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I reckon it was a push. But
I just think, I know they allow the push in the contest, but I think that was a push that affected the contest. That's what I thought.
Back in the middle once again. Both Ruckman, Kasparian down nicely to Mulville through the middle of the ground. They East Geelong go back in. They've been able to answer it quickly. And here's another opportunity. Mark, was it paid? Umpire said yes. So the thing I've liked about this bloke's game last couple of weeks, he's prepared to put himself in front. He's a big bloke, and he's prepared to stand in front and take these knocks or whatever he's going to get.
Do you think he wasn't doing that over the last couple of years as much?
That just appears to me that today and last week, he's definitely been more out there and been able to prop himself in front with some confidence. And again, it may be just that.
Yeah, but do you think without Zach Smith there, he said, I've got to stand up, and he has?
Possibly. That's the case. As I said, we know he's a good kick, and this is well within his range. So Izzard's got 5. Can equal what he did last week. Steps up to the post. That's a nice looking kick off the boot. That is a magnificent kick off the boot. That is straight through the middle. He has got his 6, and East Geelong now have their 10th. They're 10-6. They lead Werribee on 5-6. We have gone almost 5-6 minutes into this P&R Foods third quarter.
And that's exactly what I was talking about in the third quarter, and exactly what I said at half time. When Werribee Central's put together a bit of good footy and kick a goal, East Geelong steel themselves and say, we've got to get the next one. And they did just that.
Just a question for you, Grub. Obviously, with Sutton forward now, Robinson to Izzard. How do you think that matchup?
Well, he would have been my matchup at the start of the day. And I would have had Sutton on steel. But we'll see how it goes. He's kicked 1 and has only gone 6. So it might not matter the way Izzard's playing. It might not matter.
So ball up now. Bailey got the ball down. There was a push out of the contest. The non-officiating umpire has picked it out. So Minari has got the ball in the centre of the ground. Once again, going forward for East Geelong, coming out. Steele, can he take the mark? Over his head. Ball bounces to a dangerous position. Coming through Doyle. Big contest. Well done back there as well. The LC might be there. And then the ball comes out. Good hands from Werribee. They're going to kick out to space. Kirker's got to go for that one. The umpire said play on, no push. Got to leave her on the outer side. He said holding. Monahan's giving away the free kick. So Saliba has the ball. True centre wing, far side of the ground for Werribee. It's going to send them forward in the path of Sutton. It was well defended on that occasion. Crombie roves the ball and smartly kicks out wide. And it's teammate Vicente. He's going to go short now to Austin Mulville. Go down that line. The kick wasn't very good. Padillage takes the mark. Just slows things down. Yeah, CLC coming at him. He's not going to go in that direction. He's going to go to Crennan. He takes the mark now. They're in between centre wing and half forward. Not too much presenting at him. Kirker might have to fly here. It's in his direction. He pushes off and then falls over. Umpire says play on. Now the ball hits the deck. They've got the ball out here. Well, East Geelong. It was good hands on that occasion by Mulville. And then down the line, the path of Steele. Good hands. Takes the mark. So they've got it in between halfback and centre wing. They're going forward. It's a beautiful kick. Flintoff's got all the space in the world. He's going to kick forward out in front of Purdy. Purdy, he's got a meter on his opponent. He's going to turn Padillard inside out, then go back in for to Farrow.
Now, where's the blokes running down the ground? They're all standing back here in the middle.
It was well done from Purdy not to wheel around and take the shot. Would have been a 50-50.
Not even that, Arch. 30, 70, 40, 60.
Went back inboard to the percentage play, and now Farrow's going to have a shot from 40 metres out directly in front to extend this East Geelong margin. To kick their 11th goal of the day. Set up from Purdy, and then Farrow kicks. Never gave it a chance. It's just a minor score. 5-6-36 to East Geelong. 10-7-67. We have gone 8.5 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
Maybe he should have gone the 40-60.
Yep, so the ball now brought back in from the fullback position. Mark taken outside, and it's going to be Phillips that has the ball. He's going to go back across the goal. Kick had to be good and went back to the top of the goal square. Running player going past. Phillips was that player. Gets it back again. Handballs over the top. Now from the half back line, they run the ball. Little chip towards centre wing. That's okay at this stage. In the hands of Stevenson. Looks back inside. Linehan Cunningham by himself. That's better use of the ball. Now they've got a player out wide and they can use him. Kalos picked the ball up, stepped back inside. Payne stripped him of the ball. Now they turn the ball over, goes back towards Ollis. He's tackled, brought to ground, sits under it. Umpire will come in and ball it up, no doubt.
The other thing I've seen, we talked about the push from Sutton. Did you see the defender move him under the ball about 5 minutes ago? It was with the body. That's how you do it. That is how you do it.
So Mobile doing the ruck work here against Daly. Ball comes out. Austin Mobile just on the ground, slips into the contest, picks up the ball and now kicks towards centre half forward. Hoff comes out on a lead. Nark not taken there. Ground level. Ball comes out in the tackle. Again, East Geelong with some numbers around it. Ends up with Farrow once again. Got the handball out the back. Picked up Monaghan. Picked it up and lost it. Out the back to McIntyre. Now the ball to Payne. Payne to Fanning. Fanning's tackled. First one might have been a little bit high. Was high, but he got rid of the ball. Handball comes back outside. Chesterman looks back inside to Carlton. Carlton again. Gee, the numbers.
Pressure's unbelievable.
He's got to kick back in the middle of the ground, but it's going to favour Brennan, you would think here. He picks it up, dashes away. Good support there from Kerr. Ball goes into the half-forward line and beyond now. Going across McComb. Had to pick the ball up, did so. Got the handball back to his teammate. It's going to end up back with Monaghan. Little chip outside of danger, and it ends up with McLean. McLean through the middle of the ground, and he's got Farrow once again. Farrow goes back to McLean, and he runs and handballs out wide. Player out wide there is Flintoff. Takes a bounce. Takes it in the second one. No, he doesn't decide to kick long into the forward line. Good looking kick out the back. Ball gets through the contest. Will run through for a minor.
And that's what you're allowed today. Your hands go onto the back, but you don't push it, and they allow that today.
So 10-8 now to East Geelong. 5-6 Werribee. Ball brought straight up the ground. And again, McComb came at it, couldn't pick it up. Stone got it, gave it to Daly. Daly stepped around one, got the handball away, put Chesterman under a fair bit of pressure. He couldn't take possession of it. Tackles, ball to ground. Umpire will come in and ball up.
Scores a level at Belmont Bellpost, and Primus just kicked his 80th for the year. Wow. That's 12 for the day.
So the ball now from the ruck contest. Crennan on the run pass, picks the ball up nicely, goes into their half-forward line. Saliba, that was a little push too.
Yeah, I reckon it was.
Then he's been given that one, so he goes quickly into their forward line. Sutton trying to get front position. Now he was held on to then, so it could have been another one. Ball dribbles through, hits the post, and it will be a minor score. So 5-7 now to Werribee. 10-8, and the ball's back in quickly.
They're going to go quickly. We've got Ollis now. Been using the ball with such pace. Have East Geelong. They go down the line to Ezard. It's good. Mark taken from Robinson. He's going to go inboard now. He's got some numbers here. It's not a great handball. It worked out, though, in the end for Camilleri. He's going to go to a genuine one-on-one between Saliba and Monaghan. Saliba is first to win the ball, but Monaghan's right on his hammer. Chesterman's out there as well. This is good old hard-fashioned football right now. Ball down the line. Monaghan up and under. He might have been bumped as he was kicked it, so the ball might come back.
Good on your species. Good old hard-fashioned footy. I think you might have got around the wrong way.
So down the line now, Chesterman, can he find Kerr? He can. He drops the mark. Haven't called his name too many times today. Picks down and turns it over. Bailey Payne standing back in the hole is going to go wide to Ollis. They've got space out here. There's no one really to kick to except for Mulville. It's Ben out there. The kick's got to be good, and it is.
Gee.
Now he's got Doyle down the line. He's going to go inboard. Picking them apart here. They're kicking East Geelong. So Minari goes down to Steele. Steele couldn't get that one. Ball comes out with Dorno. Handballs it straight to Crombie. Ball was smothered, though. Now good tackle from Steele on Paddy Arge. And they've got the numbers out here. Werribee, they use Stevenson, and then back inboard to McDonald. Now, we've got some numbers. Going to go out wide. The kick was horrendous.
Adorno.
It's going to be turned over from Adorno. Bailey Payne takes the mark. Had a couple of big moments this quarter. He gets called to play on. Well, he sold the candy on Sutton, but then fell over himself. He's going to go in the path of Robinson and Ezard. Ezard, what a mark. He's going to play on now, go down the line. He's got Steele coming up with the ball. It's a good kick. Good fist over the top, though. Ball hits the deck now. That might have been high. Umpire says play on. Oh, big tackle on Austin Mulville. Handball out from Doyle. Now Steele. Can he kick the goal? He steadies. And
He's got it.
he's kicked it. What a play from East Geelong. 5-6-36. Werribee Centrals to 11-7-73. East Geelong leading this one. We have gone 14 and a half minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
You know, after they probably on the ground won the second quarter a bit with possession, I think Werribee people, you come out in the third quarter and think, well, they can play that footy. They can't win this. I don't think they can win this.
Not on what they're playing at the moment, Grub.
Well, East Geelong are just playing too well. You know, turnover after turnover after turnover, which is caused, and it's not just, I'm not saying it's bad play, it's just magnificent pressure from and now and again, you'll see a turnover and think, gee, that's called perceived pressure. They've just been tackled so hard that they get rid of the ball before they should because they think they're going to get tackled. It's perceived pressure. And I don't think Werribee can even get close the way East Geelong are playing.
We're back in the middle of the ground once again. And the ruck contest, something slipped over, so
That's twice in a row.
has been now able to get the ball down to a teammate, but he's tackled straight away. That was Johnny McIntyre. Again, ball thrown up quickly. Kasparian gets the ball down once again, coming through. It's East Geelong. They've got some good numbers there. McIntyre kicks the ball outside, goes towards his teammate there. Handball back inside. Wasn't great. Ends up with Sutton once again this time, and Sutton looks up, kicks the ball out wide. I'm not too sure where he was going with the ball either. But it's going to be picked up out there by Martin. He runs around, has time to steady, go back on his right boot. Long contest required down there. Ball does come to ground. At ground level, it's going to be picked up. Murdoch, or he didn't pick the ball up. Goes to McDonald. He's tackled, brought to ground straight away. And again, a ball up to take place. So Ruckman go at it once again this time. Ball comes out. Carlton picks the ball up. His handball smothered. Ends up with McIntyre over the top. Frees up his teammate out in space out there with Doyle. And ball ends up now with Stevenson. Handball's out the back.
That's
danger. Where it was going to, but it's going to be picked up by Crombie. Got the ball out to the side, but it's Pattyards now who emerges with it. Goes towards Camilleri. He runs and carries. Got a player through the middle of the ground. Again, kick will get over the top. Finds Chesterman. Handball wasn't great off the outside. Ends up Linehan Cunningham to McDonald. Back to Chesterman. Looks up and kicks into their forward line. East Geelong.
Just kick that anywhere.
Yep. Payne again. Read that off the boot nicely.
Your forwards haven't got any chance at all.
There was no depth in the kick
coming
at
in
all.
like that. No. Again, perceived pressure.
Payne goes quickly. And again, these things up in the middle of the ground. Martin, it is now with ball in hand. About the centre-half back position for East Geelong. Called the play on there by the umpire. Has time and space, so he goes backwards. Out the back is McComb. He looks towards centre wing. Kick was okay. Kirker made it his own, though. Picked the ball up, got the handball back outside. Carlton into the hands now of Stone, into the forward line. That's a better kick. Unfortunately, Houlihan slipped over. Ball now in the hands of Payne. Taps it further outside 50. Leading in the race for the ball. It's going to be picked up by Stone once again. He's tackled by Farrow. Can't get out of it. Umpire said he didn't have prior opportunity there. A ball up to take place. Tick over towards 18 minutes of this third quarter. It is 5-7-37 to the Werribee Centrals, 11-8-74 to East Geelong.
Far side of the ground, we're 70 metres out, although East Geelong won the clearance once again. Jack Doyle's taking the mark. He's had a good game. He goes down the line of the path of steel. It's a beautiful kick. Now tracking back to goal is Purdy and Ezard. Ezard's going to double back, wait to lead. Now he's going to go in the path of Ezard. It's a beautiful kick out into the space. Your job's easy as a forward when you're getting the ball kicked in like that. So Ezard will have an opportunity to kick his 7th goal from 40 metres out directly in front.
I complained before about blokes not getting in the hole, right? Well, Gomes Pattyards did get in the hole, but it was such a good kick that he couldn't do anything about it. That he's done the right thing by getting in the hole, but the kick was so good that it didn't matter.
Caleb Ezard now. Kick his 7th goal. Extend this East Geelong lead. Looks all right off the boot. I tell you what, he's got it. Wes has got 7. 5-6-36 to 12-7-79. East Geelong extending this lead. They're going to be feeling good going into finals. Had 19 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
And again, we talk about who's on him, whether it be Sutton or Robinson. It don't matter there. It just doesn't matter because once he leads and the kick lands where it did, you just can't stop it. How many points has he kicked, Ezard?
1.
6-1.
7-1.
7-1. See, that's what I tell you. I said to Ned before the game. That's what wins premierships. This bloke can win him a premiership.
Yep. On its current form, absolutely. Ball now back in the middle of the game. This time Daly does get hand on it, but it's McIntyre. He goes back into their forward line. We're talking East Geelong. Mark not taken down there. Picked up Robinson, or didn't pick the ball up. Ball comes out now. Stevenson on the left boot. Drives it outside 50. McDonald in some space by himself. He's got to use the ball well. Does so over the top to Carlton. And he's now on centre wing. Chips the ball back inside. Adorno. He needs to also do the same thing. He's got players in the middle of the ground. He decides to go in that direction. Back into the hands now of Robinson. He runs and carries into their forward line. This is the game. Kerker got himself in front, runs away from the contest, loads up, goes long, back towards goal. On the last line, Linehan Cunningham is there, and so is Payne. The ball is touched and over the boundary line. Sorry, goes to the goals, and a minor score goes on the board to the Werribee side. They now move to 5-8. They are 12-8 to East Geelong, a 7-goal margin. And East Geelong to bring the ball back into the play. So from the full-back position, Vissidon just chips the ball out wide again. Found the target, Martin. So he's now told to play on now by the umpire. Does so when he kicks out long. Just short of centre wing. Daly through his hands, out the back. Adorno picks the ball up, handballs back inside. So again, Murdoch this time, another opportunity, goes into their forward line. Linehan and comes out, didn't take the mark, picked up again. McIntyre over the top to Payne. Payne looks up, goes towards Steele. He's out in front. Ball gets out the back. Now they're in trouble. Player running forward, the chip over the top. Kick. Probably just a little bit too much on it there for Doyle, but he's able to pick the ball up. Handballs back inside. Only went as far as Robinson. He handed the ball back to the opposition once again, but it's Pattiards who relieves a little bit of pressure out the side. Stevenson wants to take him on now. He runs and carries and kicks outside 50. Goes towards centre wing. Out there, Fanning picks the ball up. Handball goes out to Mulville. Mulville back into the forward line. Kick, a little bit too much on it. Over the top, over the boundary line. Throw in to take place about 15 from the behind post.
They're lucky to get out of that too, Smithy. Like, I know he's only young, Stevenson, but when he's got no one to kick to, I know this one-touch rule stops it, but you're better off giving him a kick from way up the boundary line than almost coming straight into goal.
So back in the go, umpire throws it back in, Daly front position, taps it back towards the boundary line. Linehan Cunningham tries to keep it in.
Doesn't.
Unfortunately, can't do so. Umpire said he's gone over the boundary line. A throw-in will take place in that position. 22 minutes in, 5-8-38 to Werribee, 12-8-80 to East Geelong.
So 40 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Mulville won the tap down and then got the handball out. Now an opportunity. Doyle on his left boot. Can he kick the goal? Oh, just wide. He's played a good game, Jack Doyle. That would have been cherry on top. So 5-7-37 to 12-8-80. So Stevenson back in. Oh, not a great kick back in. He put CLC under a little bit of pressure. Now the ball's close to the boundary line. It was well done from Pattiards. Ends up, they're going to go with McDonald and then Chesterman. Should have taken the mark.
That's a push. That's a dead set push.
Giving it away. So going to go back in the middle, East Geelong. It's Mulville. Going to use the overlap run in Vissenton. He's going to kick in the path. What a kick that is. Oh, just out of the path of Purdy. I thought it was perfect, but just didn't have enough on it.
He was just a little touch slow getting to it, actually. I thought in the air he was going to get to it, and he never quite made it.
Probably not the connection Vissenton wanted either. He's usually a beautiful kick.
But what I worry about, too, is there's no pressure on Vissenton kicking it. Every time Werribee Central's go in, there's pressure on them, and that's the difference.
So ball back in, wrapped up is CLC, and we'll have another ball up, about 45 metres out from the East Geelong goal. In now, Daly versus Ezard in that ruck contest. Coming through Minari and Camilleri. Also down there is Kirkert. He's a long way from home. We'll have another stoppage.
Well, I think this is his first game back, so obviously he's been a bit rusty, so he needs the run.
So 45 out from the goal now. East Geelong. Daly wins that tap of the path. Camilleri. Can he win it? He can. He's going to go across goal now. Dangerous from Tate Camilleri. It's going to be a good kick. Oh, the mark was dropped from McDonald. Wouldn't expect that. Now screwed back from Hoff. Camilleri is going to sit under this, and he does. He's going to play on quickly. He's going to go straight up the spine. Tate Camilleri. He didn't have a lot to kick to.
Did nothing.
So it's going to work out. Chesterman's going to punch it over the top. Now it might be end-to-end stuff. Sutton has the ball. He's 45 metres out. He's going to snap back and kick a... It's gone out of bounds.
And that's about the story of their day.
Probably the ideal result instead of a behind, because now they're going to have a stoppage deep inside their forward 50.
I think a better result might have been a goal, though, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And I tell you, McDonald was very, very lucky out there because I think after he dropped the mark, I reckon he tackled the East Geelong bloke after he kicked it and was very lucky not to be given a down-the-ground free kick.
So ball back in now, deep. There's going to be a free kick.
Oh.
Going to go the way of Werribee.
Well, I'm buggered if I saw that.
Everything's got to go perfect from here. Need some continuity as well, especially going into next week. So it's going to be Daryl Chesterman. He's going to go back. Experienced campaigner. And he's kicked the goal. Werribee have finally got their sixth. They've got 6-7, 43. So East Geelong 12-8, 80. We have gone 25 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
I got to admit, Smithy, I can't see where the transformations come from with this side. It's been a 100% turnaround in the way they play the game, the way they attack the ball. We said earlier, well, I said earlier, they might lack a touch of pace through the middle, but they get themselves in such a position that they're not needing it.
I wonder what Ned's done. Maybe a training grab. They've changed something because obviously they're playing far better football than they played all year.
A lot better.
And it's the best time to be playing it. So
Yeah.
ball back in the middle of the ground. This time they're going to come out of the middle again. And again into the half-forward line, going back, flying to the ball, courage. And that was Doyle. They unfortunately didn't take the mark, but it ends up with Stevenson. Handballs outside. Crennan over the top. Got a teammate further afield. Linehan Cunningham gets the ball towards Stone. He can't pick the ball up. Linehan Cunningham there again. Feeds it along the boundary line. Crennan still working hard. So is his teammate Stevenson. He's tackled over the line. And there's going to be a ball in, which will take place. Centre wing. Just about to restart it now. Davey getting himself back into position.
Yeah, I don't know why he ran in there.
Yeah, Casperian. I think he thought it might have been a ball up. The ball now. Umpire's about to throw it in. Two Ruckwood having a
They're
conversation.
not ready. They're talking to each other.
They're having a good old chat out there. The two of them. Ball now. Ruckman go at it, and again it's tapped down. This time Daly ends up in the hands of Minari. He goes forward. Stevenson doesn't take the mark. Ball at ground level now. It's a little bit of work to be done, but it gets out the back to Murdoch. A little bit of pace through the middle of the ground. Takes his second bounce. Goes to Carlton. Over the top, he can go again to De Leon. Inside 50. Looks up. Goes into their forward line. Sutton behind. Ball comes down. It's going to be coming out again, I think. It's nice work. Hands up there and kicking forward. I reckon that might have been... Was that Casperian back there doing some ruck work? And it was. And it's going to be final siren at the end of the third quarter. 6-8, 44 to Werribee. 12-9, 81 to East Geelong. Goal kickers at this stage of the game. Houlihan with 2. 1 each to Josh McDonald, Bryce Linehan Cunningham and Josh Sutton. And Daryl Chesterman also with 1. And 4 East Geelong. Caleb Ezard, continuing on from last week, got 7. 2 to Steele, 1 to McIntyre, Crombie and Benny Mulville. Take a short break, come back. Final quarter action's not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Three-quarter time here this afternoon. It is Werribee 6-8. They trail the East Geelong side on 12-9. Now, just around the grounds, Winchelsea 36-19, 235 have defeated Geelong West 2-7-19. In progress, the rest of the games, Belmont 71, trail Belpost Hill 81, Bannockburn 86, Lee Corio 68, Inverleigh 49, North Geelong 53, Thompson 71, Anarchy 61. So, again, we're still not 100% sure who's going to take that fifth spot.
Well, you
It is
would
still
say
up for grabs.
Belmont at the moment.
Well,
Belpost Hill at the moment.
Belpost Hill at the moment,
Yeah.
but there's still a quarter of football to play out.
If you're
So-
doing a live ladder, Belpost Hill would be fifth.
At this stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No.
Belmont.
percentage-
But right now,
No.
Belmont are fifth on 132.1%. Belpost 129.7. Sorry, seventh. And then Banno are 128.6.
Right. So,
So
even
Banno are just above at the moment.
so, like I said last week, Belpost Hill can beat Belmont today and not finish fifth.
Correct.
And Bannockburn at the moment, who are struggling to get free of Corio, don't look like they're going to get the percentage to jump the both of them.
That's correct.
So,
If they kick straight, they might have a chance, but they're not kicking straight again.
well, I tell you, Corio are aside because I don't know why, but they'll just keep
Oh, just no.
fighting the whole way through. They're a hard side to get away from when they got their tails up and after beating Winch last week. And without any disrespect, Corio, I still can't believe that happened. I really can't. You know. But then again, I really can't believe the turnaround we're seeing here with the East Geelong footy side. At this stage, they're going to finish fourth unless Inverleigh can beat North. They'll be the greatest side ever to finish fourth because at the moment, I think they're the best side in the comp. I really do.
And also, unbelievably, if Corio win and make up 2%, they'll end up, and Thompson lose, they'll end up jumping Thompson and actually finishing 10th, and Thompson will finish 11th.
So really, what you would say about that was, who cares? I mean, who cares? What do you reckon they're going to
The
get?
Corio
you
boys,
reckon they're gonna get-
they'll like not being on the bottom of the ladder.
Do you reckon they're going to get the better draft picks?
Righto, final quarter action is not too far away here. As we said, a pretty important quarter for right around the league this afternoon, believe it or not. So we're, as I said, still not too sure who's going to fill that top 5 spot, but we will know in about 30 minutes' time.
I think you're pretty sure who's going to get top here. Which will get top.
So the ball now back in the middle of the ground, and Ruckman go at it once again. They need to start well. It's picked up Kasparian from the middle of the ground, goes into the forward line, going back side of the ball. Murdoch takes the mark. So Murdoch now is going to try and move things along for Werribee. Plays on through centre half back, goes long. Just beyond centre, Sutton's out the back. Good kick. That's nicely weighted. Takes a mark, handles over the top. Not too sure why he turned back inside there, but he's gone back to Carlton. Oh, that was head high. Had to be right in front of the umpire. Free kick will go to Carlton. So this is what they need to start them off in this final quarter. Brad Carlton could be the player to do so. Hope you can get the kicking boots from you, Grub.
You better kick it over. Tell all the Carltons, all the nobbies. Well, they weren't superstars, but every single one of them was a pretty good kick.
Brad Carlton, he's going to have to kick this from right on 50. Steps into the post and kicks long. It is drifting across and through for a minor score. Not the way they wanted to start the quarter, but it's 6-9 now to Werribee, 12-9 East Geelong, 6-goal margin. And we have gone just on 1 minute in this final quarter. Ball's going to be brought in from the full-back position. Again, player with some latitude down there. He decides to kick the ball out long, and that will be out of bounds, yes. Free kick's going to go back the other way. So an opportunity for Werribee to take the ball back into their forward line. The ball's gone over the fence. Josh McDonald spending some time on the bench at the moment. Liam Robinson will be the Werribee player to bring the ball back into play. Short kick. Okay, Linehan Cunningham comes up and takes the mark. Goes quickly into their forward line looking for his brother. Mark not taken down there. Ball at ground level now. Picked up. East Geelong run the ball through the middle. That was a nice handball. Ends up in the hands of Purdy. Purdy goes outside. And they continue run. And from centre wing, Payne kicks a little banana back towards the centre half back position. But it's been chipped off there. That might have been a little bit higher, Murdoch, but he's been able to play on to the umpire. And the ball ends up now with Benny Mulville just right on the 50-metre arc. Half forward line, far side of the ground. So Steele led, but he decides to go a shorter option. and player out wide, McIntyre. He's a good user of the football.
On his right side as well.
Yeah, he's such a good user. He'll be looking for a lead here.
Yeah, no, he won't try and kick the goal. I reckon this might test him for the distance anyway. So he's looking for someone to come at him. Decides just to put it towards the top of the goal square. And why wouldn't you? Out that, the back ball comes to ground. It needs to be picked up. Players, not anyone that really wants to get down there and pick the ball up. It's been held up, and now the umpire says, let's have it back. So we're right on the top of the goal square here. And ball to be thrown back in the air. Either thought he was going to take it out of the contest there. Comes out. And again, Werribee with some numbers around the contest. Pushing the backs is the umpire. Free kick going Werribee's way. And they'll be able to transfer play. Daly across the goal square. Kalos gets the ball further afield. Robinson now looks up, goes towards centre wing. Kirker up and over. Takes the mark. Yes, I said that was the case.
Play.
No, you can't do
that, son.
You have to go back.
Back you go behind your mark.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, they tell me, but that was never going to be a possibility there. So
Kirker, never going to let that happen.
Defensive side of centre wing has got the ball in hand. Call to play on now by the umpire, so he decides just to load up, go long into their half-forward line. Another mark required down there. Good spoil from behind by Kasparian. Sees the ball back towards the boundary line. It goes over. We're going to throw in. So almost 4 minutes into the final quarter. Werribee 6-9, East Geelong 12-9.
It's good we finally got it. Big man flies through Outley by Grubby, because we haven't had a good one for a couple of weeks.
And it wasn't my best either, I must admit.
A bit rusty after a few weeks off. Ball back in now. Crennan wins it. Sends Werribee inside the forward 50. Ball bounces. All in there. So's Chesterman as a player down behind the play. And then the ball's still inside the forward 50 for Werribee. Bounces out of Chesterman's hands. And now let's have a look who that player is. It looks like Benny Crombie. Got the replay in front of me here. It's going to be a stoppage 2 meters out. Just watching what happened here. Oh, Kirko's hit him after the play. The ball was there, so wasn't too bad as the ball comes back in. Carlton goes long down the line for Werribee. They need a mark here. They can't get one. Camilleri there as well. Kirker circling the pack. He couldn't get the ball out. Stuck under there somewhere. We'll have a stoppage 10 meters out from the Werribee goal. The ball up again. Down now. Werribee win the ball out. Then it's in the pass of Ollis. He's got 2 to beat. Oh, he does brilliantly, Jeremy Ollis. So then he was run down. That's holding the ball. Great comeback on that occasion from Adorno. He was out of position, lost the 2-on-1, and then got the hold of the ball tackle. And that might be 50 metres. It is. Maybe a little bit of descent.
What happened?
I reckon he stepped over the mark.
He had his hand out, the umpire, like he was talking to him. And he's gone, stop talking to me. 50-metre penalty. And the good thing is, as well, is Ben Crombie's up on his feet and running around. So Adorno comes in now and kicks the goal. A little bit of momentum wrestled back by Werribee. 7-9-51. 12-9-81. It's a 30-point margin. 4 minutes gone in the last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, it was a well-needed goal. I can't comment on it on the 50 because where we're situated, I couldn't see what happened. It's in my blind spot. But
I didn't see it either. But
yeah, so I suppose after 3 quarters of footy, something's got to go their way a little bit. And they've got a 50-metre gift goal. But I tell you what, they're going to need a few more than that. Because every time they've kicked one, East Geelong have answered. So let's see if that can happen.
It is only 5 goals. It feels like more than that.
Belmont 77, Belpost Hill 81.
Wow. Oh, jeez.
Crennan now wins the ball out of the middle. Handballs into the path. He's got a kick. Is Carlton. He sends Werribee forward once again. Can Kirker get his hands on this one? He had 2 bites of the cherry. Couldn't bring it down. Now Houlihan's going to have a snap around the corner with a snap and hope more than anything. Sutton's at the fall of the ball. The ball's going to get tapped over the goal line. It's just a minor score. So 7-10, 52 now. It's less than 5 goals to 12-9-81.
See, I think that kick is a nothing kick. Once he's got the ball, what East Geelong do is they handball it back, and they've been able to do that all day.
Yep.
You know?
So East Geelong kick out of fullback now. Werribee will send, so they can get the next one. There'll be within reach. So kicked down the line into the path of Ruckman Kasperi. He had a free run at the ball. Someone had to get in the hole there. Too easy for East Geelong. It's Kasperian. Got the ball on half back. He's going to chip short, try and find Farrow. He's copped a whack, but the ball has come through. Camilleri kept the ball in to Adorno. Adorno's gone holding the ball. Umpire said he got a hand to it. Camilleri back inboard. That's a better kick. Now Stevenson's going to run to 50. He's going to kick, lower the eyes, and hit a target inside forward 50. Werribee with all the momentum at the moment. And they found a teammate, Aaron Stone, who's going to have a shot from 35 metres, pretty much directly in front. And if he kicks this grub, the belief will grow.
Yeah, I think they might need one or two more than that, the way it's going. But I think it may well be the first time for the game that Werribee Central have had 2 shots for goal in a row.
Anarchy in front by 4 points.
Aaron Stone now comes in, 30 metres. Looks pretty good off the boot. He's kicked the goal. 8-10-58 now to 12-9-81. The Centrals are coming. We have gone 7 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Speaking of kicking goals, Bannockburn 15-18, 108. Corio 10-8-68, 40 points ahead.
Wow.
North Geelong up by a point.
They can get there. Wow. And I can tell you now, and I've never, ever have too critical of players, and he's played a terrific game too. But somebody's got to tell Ruckman that they don't go for these nice, easy kicks. They kick it long. Ruckman kick it long.
The ball back in the middle we go again. Daly gets the ball down. Ends up to Minari that comes from the centre. Wants to go one by hand, but he decides to come back, and his right foot kick wasn't good this time. Didn't hit the target, and Adorno has taken the mark. He now chips the ball over the top to Big Daly. He's out there in space by himself. Long handball over the top. Sutton, to McDonald. McDonald tries to take him on. Oh, tried to Freddie Arms. That was a good tackle out there. That was well done.
Don't turn it over.
Will go to Flintoff. So Flintoff now. There's that little bit of momentum. I think McDonald knows the fact if he had got rid of it, he was Ray. But Flintoff now plays on and kicks back towards centre wing. Mark in front. Ezard nicely.
Great mark.
Did nicely, the big fella. And that's what he's been doing all day.
You know what? In front. He's going to get a dinner for 4.
He's open from last week, isn't he? Yep. So the ball now short to Farrow. Farrow short, further afield. And Mark has been taken by Hop, and he's just outside 50. He's definitely outside range here, so the next kick's important. He goes looking towards Steele. Over the top of his head, in behind him was Ollis, went through his hands. Going to be picked up. I thought it was going to be picked up there by Phillips. He couldn't do so. Daly's in there, still working hard, brought to ground, and no prior opportunity there. A ball up to take place.
Bannockburn, another goal, 16-18, 114. Thompson, 77, Anarchy, 75.
So from the ruck contest, ball comes out. Crennan handballs outside to McDonald. He won't make the same mistake this time. Puts boot to ball. A little bit of a wobbler. Gets through the contest. Pace required. Ball gets through the contest. Going back. Numbers now are with Werribee. They get the handball outside the stone. Looks back inside. That's a better looking kick. Who was he looking for? Houlihan picks it up. Quick to boot. Will it come back with a breeze? Yes, it will.
Touched on the line.
Touched on the line, says the umpire.
They're celebrating as well.
It's gone through. They reckon it's gone through, but you've got to get back to your positions. The umpire's called it a point.
And the play's gone on very quickly now. The ball gets outside 50. McComb runs onto it, picks it up, gets around Kirk, got the handball away. It's going to come back. You thought it was going to come back, but we've got some contact out there. Umpire's paid it pretty quick. I'm not too sure who. It's going to go East Geelong's way. So on centre wing, far side, I reckon it might be Doyle. Has the ball. So he now kicks back into their half-forward line. In front, Mulville up with the contest. At ground level, they've got some numbers. Handball goes over the top. Again, they try and work the ball inside 50. Linehan Cunningham is there. He's given the handball out the back. Goes to Pattyards. Pattyards tried to feed it further afield. Now it's in dispute on the ground. Players converge. Umpire with no prior opportunity to get that ball out. So it will come back and a ball up to take place. We have gone just on 12 minutes final quarter, 8:11:59, 12-9-81 to East Geelong.
Ball up, 35 metres out from East Geelong's goal. They win this clearance. Carlton, he's having a good quarter and he needs to, although coming through. That was beautifully done on that occasion from McComb. Although Carlton's got the ball back. Opportunity now, one-on-one inside the forward 50. Monahan and Saliba. Monahan has the ball. He's got support out wide. Saliba chasing him down. He's going to tackle now. They've got the numbers here. Sutton gives it up. Opportunity. They're going to have a shot at goal.
That's what one they
Just
really needed.
misses.
But that's what you want out of Cam Saliba. Just flat out trying to get that footy.
So 8-12-60 now. It's 12-9-81. 11 minutes gone in this last quarter. Brought to you on Morris Finance. Still plenty of time left. Bissington to the pocket. Now they're going to handball wide. Oh, McIntyre nearly lost the ball. Kept it in front of him. Now the ball down the line in the path of Ezard. He's not going to get there for the Dorno. He stepped up in this last quarter. He's gone back and taken the mark back with the flight. He's going to go down the line. Needs Saliba to beat three. And he can't.
Bissington, is it?
Bissington.
That's a great mark.
Solid down back, but hasn't always been reliable by foot today. He's going to go the short kick back. Monahan.
Belmont in front by 2 points.
They have to
Short.
win or there's big trouble coming up.
So they're going to go out the far side of the ground. Genuine one-on-one out there, and it's going to be won by Werribee. It's Houlihan. He's got some options inside forward 50. McDonald's one of them. VLC's another. He's going to chip back. Bit of a pitching wedge. It might work out. McDonald, he
it's
flies.
never
He couldn't
gonna
get
work.
the ball. Camilleri at the full of it. He handballs out to Leon over the top. Opportunity now. That'll be Stone. Can he handball over the top? He can. He's got to find a target. Great pressure from East Geelong. They might hold him up, and they do. Some good pressure all day. So 8-12-60, 12-9-81, 21-point margin. All is up now. Handball out. Opportunity for a goal. Steps around one. Flying shot. Looks offline. Oh, he's kicked
It's
a
a
goal.
Was that
Can
Keller?
you believe it?
Yeah,
Carlos has
Carlos.
kicked it from 50. And they're within distance now. Werribee Centrals 9-12-66. They're East Geelong 12-9-81. 13 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
I think what they've got to do is I'm still not convinced they can get up and win this game of footy. But if they can get it close, they've the confidence in themselves to go in next week is that they can still play some good footy. Because if it turns out to be 6 or 7 goal win, you go in with a bit of a cloud over you, don't you? So if they can produce some really good football for the last 15 minutes of this game, win, lose or draw, they go into next week with a little bit more confidence.
They got themselves back in. And now East Geelong will need to answer, I would think. So the ball now thrown in there, and both ruckmen go at it. That's nicely out the back into the hands of McIntyre. He goes into their half-forward line, but it looks like Werribee with their players out in front. But the way Wallace arrives now, shrugs a tackle, or
Oh, he
tries to
dropped
shrug
the
a
footy.
tackle. Yeah, should have been a free kick, and
It
it was.
is.
Umpires has seen that from behind, and it's going to go to Murdoch. So Murdoch now from the half-back line for the Werribee side decides to go towards centre wing. Coming up at the kicker was Sutton, takes a mark, so he's got himself involved in the game. A little bit short now, goes towards Kerr. That might have been a push also. Umpire's seen that. And yeah, just before the ball got to
Yeah,
me,
but they've been letting that go most of the day.
when it's out in the lead, it might probably be more obvious.
Fair enough.
Kerr quickly into their forward line now. Houlihan's there, ball out the back. I think that was Crombie that got the handball away. Ends up with Monahan. Under pressure. It goes back towards the boundary line. Handballs over the top. Back to Crombie. He's tackled by McDonald. Ball comes out. Saliba looks up. Nice looking kick. Did it hit the target? Yes, it did. And the mark has been taken out there by Phillips.
He had to wait for that, didn't he?
Yeah, again, it's just one of those kicks, just had the right coverage on it.
I think Crombie might have been a bit unlucky too with the free
Right.
there. I thought he may have got one, but
Some close scores around the grounds. Belmont up by 2 over Bellpost Hill. Inverleigh down by 1 to North, and Thompson up by 1 from Anarchy.
you'd really sort of hope Belmont would win that to save us all mucking around with percentages, wouldn't you?
Phillips to bring it back to 11 points, steps into the plate, kicks that goal. Oh,
I
he's
can't
missed
believe
it.
that.
He
I
has
can't
missed
believe that. That would have gave him a real chance, you know.
9-13 now to Werribee, 12-9 East Geelong. And we have gone just on 17 minutes, final quarter.
They got East Geelong at 12-10.
They've got a different scoreboard after. They go straight up the guts. Risky kick from Bissington, but he finds Monahan. Right hand man in defence now. The option's got McIntyre short. He might go in that direction. Is it 15 metres? Oh, juggles the mark. Umpire says yes, it is 15. So he's going to go out wide.
Oh, they're
Back to
going.
Bissington. Going to their shell a little bit, are they, Grub?
I don't want them to do that. East Geelong kick another goal, the game's over.
So, oh no. And Bissington, he has done this before today. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Hasn't been his best day by foot. Adorno now is going to have the ball. They're in between centre wing and half forward, about 70 metres out from goal. Adorno is going to go for a dash. He's going to kick down the line. Opportunities. The mark taken. It was CLC. He's paid the mark.
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
Well, there's no way he could pay the mark because he didn't mark it.
Scores tied up at Belmont, Bellpost Hill.
Oh.
84 each.
Did we counter that in?
No.
What happens if it's a draw?
No, East Geelong. The
Belmont go through if it's a draw.
Ball back in now. 35 metres out from goal. Houlihan, he left the ball behind now. Also in there, Stone couldn't quite pick up the ball. Also BLC as the ball trickles towards the boundary line and defeats all comers. So 9-12-66.
What about Tagani? What about
82?
I'll go here and I'll go there and I'll give you all the details. He's giving
17 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Belmont kicked the goal.
Oh.
Ball back in now. Houlihan to the front against Kasparian. Was he holding? I think he was. The umpire's blown his whistle. I think it's going to go the way of East Geelong.
Looks like he's going to ball it up.
He may have recalled the. He's recalled the ball in. Or they're going to ball the ball in again.
I was going to say,
Too shallow.
I couldn't see a free kick there.
So 35 metres out.
I think we're out by 51.
They almost have the percentage they need.
Ball back in now. Down, Houlihan in the ruck for the time being. Hits the deck. Saliba there. Couldn't quite gather the ball. We'll have another stoppage.
I tell you, Smithy, something's just crept into my head. If Bannockburn actually get in, I don't think East have beaten them this year.
They haven't.
Ball comes
What
back
a season.
in now. Going through his hop. He screws the kick around the corner. It's dangerous. Oh, Crombie was thrown out of the way. Wasn't legal. The umpire says yes. Play on. There's snap from the pocket. Oh, just
Jeez.
couldn't screw it back far enough.
They're just kicking themselves out of it when they need to kick goals, aren't they?
13-67. Werribee to East Geelong 12-10-82. We've gone 18 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
The ball to be brought back into the field of play. East Geelong, they've done enough work early in the game. They gave themselves a margin, but will they hang on? Ball out long. Again, in front. Mark not taken out there. Picked up Kasparian. Puts boot to ball. Goes back towards centre wing. Umpire called play on before it got to him.
And then he called a hold the man.
Yep, so it's going to come back now. Stevenson, the recipient of that free kick, goes short inside to Crennan. Arrives just in time, the ball. And he takes the mark. So he's got an important kick going inside 50 now. Can he find a target? Decides to go long. Ball in front. Houlihan had hands on it. Kerr picks it up, runs round, looks at goal, snaps back, and kicks a goal. Kerr, his first of the afternoon, the 10th now for Werribee. I've got him at 10-14, but one might be wrong. So it's going to be interesting. The scoreboard, 12-9 to East Geelong. That doesn't agree with me either. So very interesting stage of the game here. And I reckon we have gone just on 19 minutes.
Well, I think I said it earlier. Like Kerr just coming back, a bit rusty. He's probably out of sorts for most of the day. He's just one of those blokes that he can do something. How did he do that? He's got the real X factor. The real X factor. And I don't know if that score's right or not. But
You're usually not wrong, Dave.
11-12 to 12. I don't think that's the right score.
No, it's not 11-12.
That's not right,
It's 10, should be 10-14.
So
I
ball
reckon.
back in now. Crombie wins the clearance, sends East Geelong forward. They need someone to stand up here. Going back at Dorno. Taking a courageous mark. He stood up in this last quarter. It looks like he
he's
may have.
cramped, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's cramped. Let's hope it's cramp anyway, not an injury. He gives it back
That's
now.
better. That's closer.
Down the line. Oh, yes. Well done. Kasparian takes the mark on Kalos. So, score is about 2 goals in it. Ball comes down the line. Ezard's got a flight. He does. Robbins has got to try and bring that ball to ground. It's tough when he takes it at the highest point. Ezard is going to kick short. He finds his teammate in Steele. It's 65 metres out from goal. He's got Mulville in the pocket. Got Purdy short. He's going to go to Purdy. Couldn't quite take the mark. Daly's back there, lending a hand defense. Adorno now. Handballs to Patiage. And now they're going to work this out. Stevenson has the ball. He's going to go out wide. They might switch the whole ground here. Phillips now. He's got McDonald short. I'm going to hold him up a little bit now. Go to McDonald. McDonald looks further afield. He's going to go inboard. This is the kick that's got to work. Cut off though. Is that Vicington? He's come all the way up the ground to turn that ball over. Now kicks inside the forward 50. Mulville couldn't quite. McDonald wins the ball at ground level. Handballs to Robinson. Robinson over the top. They've got the ball in Bradley Carlton's hands. He's going to go. They've got numbers out everywhere here. This is CLC. He's going to go wide up to his brother in BLC. Down the line. Good fist over the top from Monaghan on Saliba. And we will have a ball in.
Is BLC wearing a helmet now?
He's in the goal square.
He's quick. He's quick.
Covers ground well.
You want to hope East Geelong win, you blokes, because I bet you haven't got a Werribee player in the votes.
No.
Oh,
I can't find one.
Ball back
Still.
in now. Coming through Credden. What a row. He couldn't kick the goal from
Yes,
there.
he can.
He can. Yes. Come of the moment. Come of the Credden. The scores are 11, 14 to 80. To East Geelong 12-9, 81. We have gone 22 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
come of the moment, come of the Crennan. I tell you what, you are a cretin.
He's been in the box for us too long, Grub.
No more special comment. I'm just going to sit back and watch the footy because, yeah, we didn't get a very good game till three-quarter time, and all of a sudden we have, and I don't know if that's the right score or not still.
Well, yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I got 11-14 to 12-9, so that's what I've got right there now.
Well, that's what they've got.
That's what I've got.
That's what the board's got.
Anyway, we'll see how we go. So the ball now back in the middle. So work to be done, both sides now. They've done a remarkable job, and the ball now goes into the half-forward line. Hazard overruns it. Mulville, chance to open up. Steadies, looks at goal, and he has brought it back. Yes, he has.
Wow.
He's put one on the board.
Wow.
Just give him that little bit of breathing space, and it's 13-9 now, East Geelong. 11-14 Werribee, and we have gone almost 25 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, their ability to do that all day looked like it had deserted them as Werribee kicked a few in a row. And just when they really needed to do it most, Benny Mulville, for a big bloke, he moved beautifully and he probably kicked a Connectel. Yeah, that's right. Connectel. Goal of the day.
Not much to it.
So, waiting for the ball to come back now. Umpire has ball in hand. 7-point margin with 25 or 24 minutes gone. High
Boys,
scoring last quarter.
Bannockburn have the percentage they need if Belmont don't get up.
All tightening up. Last round of the year. I love GDFNL football. Ball is down now. Grabbing the ball is CLC. Now an opportunity for him. Sends him inside forward. 50 for Werribee. A player's fallen over. Umpire has paid a free kick, has he? No, he's paid the mark to Vicington. Vicington goes out wide. Player has the sun in his eyes. He takes the mark. Solis. Now they're going to be professional and take some time off the clock here. He's going to, all the players signaling to go long down the line. That's what he does. The true centre wing coming across. Stevenson for Werribee's handballed inboard to Camilleri. Camilleri inside the forward 50. Need a flyer. Ball ends up out the back. Saliba there. Ball bouncing. Hoff. He's got to get rid of the ball now. Is that holding the ball? Umpire circling. Says no prior opportunity.
Tell you what, if he had to play that, I was going on. Hold the ball.
So 30 metres out from Werribee's goal. They're 7 points down. Ball screwed around the corner from Saliba. Ends up with East Geelong. Opportunity now. Also circling the ball's Kalos. Now they're appealing for the free kick and they're not going to get it. It's going to be an extra long quarter. Gone 25 so far in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance. Ball back up now. It was quick hands out from McIntyre. Up and under kick. Someone's going to get under that. Camilleri's there. It might be out of bounds on the full. It is.
Give it to McDonald.
Who's going to take the responsibility? It looks like Tate Camilleri. No, he may have been told he's not
Yeah,
going to
come
take
in.
it. CLC.
Can't see from that, Chris. It's Connor, isn't it?
Yeah. Tight against the pocket. He's not going to waste any time to make it a 1-point margin from the boundary. CLC's done it.
Oh. Well, no one saw this coming.
12-14, 86 to 13-9, 87. There's a point in it. We've gone 26 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
It's you know what? It's till 3/4 time. I think we're all pretty disappointed in what was happening, except obviously if you're a supporter. But the last quarter, it's almost made it as good a game as we've seen for the whole year.
Yes, they've come with a run. Kicked 6 to 3/4 time. They kicked 6 in the last quarter, and probably still time to get over the top here. Daly, ruck contest, ball comes out. Kasparian did nicely. Long kick into their half-forward line. Mark not taken. Yes,
Yes,
it was.
it is.
Murdoch has taken it. So they need to keep running with the ball now. They've got to keep running, and they will. They go out wide. Kick looked okay. Over the top of Stevenson. Gets back on top of the ball, though. Crombie did nicely. Over the top was probably taken a little bit high, I would have thought.
Oh,
The
it's going the other way. Hold
Yes,
the
it has.
ball.
And it's going to go
Trapped
to
it in.
Saliba. So Saliba now. He loads up, goes long. Mark required there. No. Ball comes to ground. Cleared away outside 50. Mark has been taken. Oh, now you want the siren to sound, wouldn't you?
No.
All in the hands
Too
of
far
Darcy
out.
Phillips. Phillips can play on. Runs. Kicks long, but not straight. Through for a minor score.
It's not a draw.
At the moment, by my books, yes.
And that puts Werribee back on top.
Yes, it will. 12-15, 87, 13-9, 87. And we have gone just on 29 minutes. So the ball now comes back into play down towards centre wing. Robinson brings the ball down to ground. Crennan just tries to keep the ball alive. It's picked up. Minari goes out the back to McIntyre, chips it up, goes towards Mulville. Mark requires faces. Campbell's back inside his brother. Missed the target. Now it's on again. Linehan Cunningham. Oh, umpire called the throw. He said it was quick hand. But it's going to go to East Geelong.
Oh, no.
Wing now. He plays on. Goes out long. Mark again required. One-hander from Steele. Couldn't wrap it up. Tackled. Brought to ground. And umpire will come in. Ball it up. 29, almost 30 minutes gone. Scores dead level, 87.
Ball up now. They need a hero, East Geelong, but Werribee are going to win the clearance through. Crennan now down the line. Mark not taken from Kalos coming through, though. Bissington did really well. They're going to send the ball inside forward 50 here. He's got a kick as McComie does. Where's Ezard? Can he fly from the back? He nearly took the ball. Umpire said play on, still an opportunity. Running through. Oh!
The hump.
Was it Hoff?
Well, that is the Connectel goal today, without a doubt.
The check side out of the pack. That's given him a goal lead.
Oh, I want to see the video of that throw.
East Geelong has sent the numbers back.
It was.
I think
It was Will Hoff.
nearly every player bar 2 in the forward line. So work now is back in the hands of the Werribee side. Daly needs to get a clearance out of here. Got the right combination in there. Ball up now in the middle of the ground. Ball comes out. Crennan runs onto it, taps it alive, keeps it, runs inside 50, can level the scores. Looks. No, he's got line.
Oh, well, we won't be having a draw.
Not now if there's another goal kick. So 12-16 to Werribee, 14-9 East Geelong, and 31 minutes gone.
You can put as many behind the ball as you want.
Yep.
You can't stop that.
It's going to be Paddy Bissington. Hasn't been his best day by foot. He's going to go long down the line. Need Ezard or Kasparian to fly. Who's claiming it? It's umpire said play on. McIntyre's going to be run down. Carlton's going to have the free kick. 65 metres out. They're 5 points down. He's going to go inboard. Opportunity for Stevenson. He sells the candy. Stevenson from 50 to put him in front.
He's missed it too. Oh, no.
We've got a thriller here at Galvin Park.
Imagine all the people out at Winchelsea listening to this.
12, 17, 89, 49, 93. 30 minutes gone this last.
I think they're going to get it.
Paddy
32
Bissington.
minutes.
Ezard saying, kick it long to me. He's going to go in that direction. Down the line, Casper and Ezard, the 2 targets. Oh, Daly!
He's marked it.
What a time! For the big ruck, when the side, it's gone!
Oh,
It's gone!
Big Paddy Daly's going to have to kick
He's
it
going to
70.
have to kick
He's
it.
going to have to kick
93
this side, have to kick it 75,
I tell you
80
what,
metres.
if he kicks this, I'll run out in the ground and bam him up. There's no way
And
he
he's
can kick it.
played on, and the kick doesn't make the distance. An East Geelong win. Final scores 12-17, 89 to 14-9, 93. East Geelong win by 4 points. That quarter went for 31 minutes. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Belmont up by 8 points.
Whoa!
Bannockburn final 143 to 69. Corio. Inverleigh 3 points up on North Geelong 70 to 67.
So East can get third.
East can get no.
No?
Oh, yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Yep.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can. Yeah. So final score here, we believe, is 12-17, 29 scoring shots, 89, 14, 9, 93. East Geelong, 23 scoring shots. So
You wouldn't believe that, would you?
no, not
The domination all day,
Yep.
and yet they've had 6 more scoring shots.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep.
And had 2 shots in the dying minutes
to win the
to
game.
win the game.
Goal
And missed
kickers,
both of them.
goal kickers for the day. Houlihan with 2, 1 each to Adorno, McDonald, Kerr, Tyler Crennan. The 2 Linehan Cunninghams, Kalos, Stone, Sutton, and Chesterman. And for East Geelong, 7 to Caleb Ezard, 2 to Ben Melville and Andrew Steele, 1 each to Benny Crombie, Hoff, and Johnny McIntyre. We're going to take a short break, come back. Hopefully, we'll have final scores from around the ground to be able to let you know who the top 5 will be. And we think at this stage, Belmont Lion will hold on to that 5th spot. But as to where 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, well, we think we know that now, don't we, Grub?
Yep. Well, no. If Inverleigh get up and
Depends.
win,
Yeah, well,
East
that's
will
true.
go to third.
That's right. But we know that
East will go to third.
Winch will finish top.
Winch will definitely finish top. It'll
Yep.
be Winch, Werribee, East or North. And
Yep.
and North are losing.
They were just a minute ago. Yes. And I'll just see if we can get some final scores there.
Well, I tell you what. Well, in a way, I'm
Final scores at Belmont 15-14, 104. Belmont, Bellpost Hill 14-13, 97.
right. So Belmont will finish 5th.
Yep.
So Winch will finish 1st. Werribee will finish 2nd.
Yes.
And East or North will finish 3rd. And there's only a couple of points in that game.
Yep, 3 points, and there's been 37 minutes in the last quarter as well.
7 minutes.
Yep.
And North are losing,
Yep.
which means East at this stage will go to 3rd.
Yep.
And get the double chance, which they didn't think they would get.
Which they didn't think they were going to make finals. Well, I didn't think they were going to make
Well, I did. You did.
Yeah, nah.
I'll tell you one thing. Werribee will get a lot out of that quarter because going into next week or the week after, whatever it was, their confidence was really down. And to just show themselves that they could play that footy, in the end, they should have won the game of football.
6 goals, 9 they kicked in the last
6-9.
quarter. Till half time, they had 6 goals, 8.
Well, there you go. So, yep, rusty and didn't play well, and East were fantastic, but probably should have won the game and finished top.
Yep.
So, unbelievable here. It's only
Yeah.
a 37-minute
In-
mark.
in
North
the layer
are
up
losing by 3 points,
Inverleigh up by 3
which
points.
gives you 3rd spot. 37 minutes. 37 minutes.
Still on air, boys.
Yep, so I'm just we're just having a conversation with a few of the boys there now. So as I said, we've got a close contest, and we're just still trying to determine the final 5. We know the final 5, but just what the positions of it.
What a
And we're just
season.
waiting. Well, when you come down to the last 2 minutes of a game of football to decide where everyone's going to finish in the top 7 or 8 in the league, that's not a bad way to have it. So I just think that Grub, as I said, you wouldn't. Well, you would. I still sit back here now, and if we're given best players, my 3 are all East Geelong. I can't get.
I'm trying to sneak one in for one.
Yeah, look, as I said, there were good players in stages, in passages, but I can't pick a 4-quarter player for
No.
the.
Well,
the home
I can
side.
pick a 3-quarter player from
And-
the
and-
Werribee that I might sneak in,
Yeah,
which will be Tyler.
yeah, Brennan.
Yeah, he nearly won the game from. In that third quarter, Werribee went in about 7 times, and it came from him 6 of them.
Yep.
And then in the last quarter, he had the chance to win him the game. And I know the type of kid he is. He'll be in there at the moment, dead set hemorrhaging that he didn't kick that goal. It'll be playing on him. But hey, in a way, I'm glad because you're right. Whether or not they got over the line, I had to go into the East Geelong rooms with the dinner for 2 and give it to the bloke from the losing side if they had a loss.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can fit a Werribee player in the top 2.
No, as I said, up until three-quarter time, they were, well, you wouldn't even consider them, I wouldn't have thought. But in that last quarter, obviously they can show what they can do when they can play as a team. But as I said, when East Geelong have done all the hard work for 3 quarters and what we saw them of last week, I suppose it's remarkable they actually held on in the end.
Well, it is. That other goal from Benny Mulville, the Czech side, was just unbelievable. Kept them in front. But, it would have been a bit of an injustice to play 3 very good quarters and get beaten in 1 and lose the game. But, I mean, that is football. And I still can't believe that at 3-quarter time we're thinking, well, this is going nowhere. And yet Centrals have had 6 more scoring shots in the finish. That's just craziness. It's just crazy. And I tell you, from now on, when we go for tips or our pre-match game, don't listen to me because I got no idea about football. No idea what's going to happen next.
Yep, so it's very interesting. So, gentlemen, we better give our 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, gee.
And I tell you what, as I said, I probably had mine picked at 3-quarter time, the 3 players I were going to put in. It's interesting to see where it will go from here.
We'll go on, give them.
Yeah.
Righto, I'm giving 1 vote to Johnny McIntyre. Knocked up, getting possessions all around the ground. And he is just, as I said, a model of consistency. I've given 2 votes to Benny Crombie. I thought his game today was equally as good as I've seen him play for the year. I don't know whether he's been in such great form, but today I thought he was exceptional. And Caleb Izzard over the last 2 weeks has turned me around on what I thought he could do. He's now a big bloke, a key bloke that can play in forward, that wants to put his body in front, and he's happy enough to put his arms up and take most grabs, and he's a good kick for goal. And if he can continue that, then East Geelong will be still a very big threat coming in the next month.
I'll go next, Rob.
Right.
I've gone 1 vote for Paddy Vincenten. I thought he was a rock down back very early on. I thought he was one of the reasons why their defence is so good. He's a bit of a general down there, and even comes off his player so often to impact the contest. He wasn't his best day by foot, but
you said that 3 times.
I know. Well,
he
he kicked it out of bounds a couple of times, but I still thought he played unbelievable, and I thought if they didn't have him, they definitely would have lost when it came down to the end there. Ben Crombie, I gave 2 votes, the same reasons as Dale. I thought he was in and under all day. I thought his disposal was good. I thought his attack on the ball was great. And I thought his decision making as well just seems like he's getting more experience. He's becoming a very good seniors player. And then 3 votes to Caleb Izzard for the same reasons. Obviously, 7 goals today is the difference when you only win by 4 points.
Well, it's so hard. I had Benny Crombie for 2 votes halfway through the third quarter, but I can't remember him touching the ball after that. And that's why I've dropped him out and put Tyler Crennan in for 1. I put Benny Mulville for 2 because I just thought he did the right things at the right time. I know that I'm not just on that goal, but he stuck himself at full in the back line. He took marks and he come through the middle as well and played well on the forward line. But Caleb Izzard's going there twice because he was. We don't normally do this. We don't normally, if we've given a bloke a best on the ground, we sort of go to the next bloke. There's no next bloke because without Caleb Izzard out there today, they do not win the game. They do not win it. So, Caleb, you've been fantastic, mate.
And we still haven't got a live score through from Inverleigh and North Geelong at this stage.
Ring Shane's run.
It's been 13 minutes since the last update at North Geelong, so I would assume that's finished.
Ring Shane Grundle,
which I might see if I can slip him off something. Yeah. Do you want to go have a look at? We don't have to worry about where we're going next week. We all know where we're going next week.
Say what? I'm tipping St Albans.
So something a bit different, Grubby. It's going to put obviously Winch first, Werribee second, third will be East.
They will be third.
Fourth will be Belmont, and 5th will be North.
Yeah, that's okay. They play each other. It doesn't matter.
So do we get final score there?
We don't have final score, but we haven't had an update in 14 minutes.
All right, let me see if I get Shane on here.
All right, while you're doing that, Thank you very much to Buckley's, Elders, B&R Foods, Morris Finance, Routley's, the big men fly for the mouth of Routley's Pie, Kempy Engineering, Read the Play, Player of the Day, Hotham Hotel, Player of the Day, which goes to the Calabizard for another magnificent game. The goal of the day, I think that might have been to Benny Mulville from Connectel. The Beersdorf Tapes and Bandages, Red Onion, Promoted Clothing, Frameline Printing and Framing, Raiders Bingo, Oz Wide Plumbing and Civil, Athlete's Foot, The Comnafine, Sirocco Travel and Cruise, The Pulse 94.7, Yards Hotel, the best in the West, and Club Warehouse. Thank you very, very much.
Well, I can tell you now, if you've listened to the final round of scores here this afternoon, if that's what we've got coming up in the next week or two or three, I think we're in line for a very, very good final series. And as I said, may have been a little clearer 2 or 3 weeks back who we thought was going to be the side to beat. But I think now with the competition the way it is, everything has opened up big time, and I'm really looking forward to what comes ahead in the next month.
Well, I tell you what else you haven't thought about either, too. We're going to St Albans next week with looks like we're going to see the same two teams play.
Will be.
Werribee versus East again.
Yes.
Well, I don't think I could sit through another one of them that last quarter.
No, you might have to bring some pills.
Yeah. Wow.
Zach Smith's going to be back out there as well, Grubby.
Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure I'd pick him.
Well, you'd probably have to sit back and look at it. But again, when they've performed the way they did today, it's going to be hard for the bloke that's going to be left out.
Well,
The only good thing about it will be that their reserve side are playing final football as well.
what I'm not convinced on, his ability, he's one of the great players of our game. But what I'm not convinced on is 2 games in the seconds where it's pretty much, bruise-free football. To take a bloke into St Albans in a final, he has to be 100%. Now, if he's 100%, pick him.
Yeah,
But if he's not, you might have to bite the bullet and say, all right, we've got the double chance. We'll give him another run in the twos. And then in the following week, if he's 100%, in he goes. But the first 2 weeks he played in the twos, they're not caring about his form, right? Because it's all about the shoulder. But if he plays twos next week, form comes into it. If he kicks 6 or 7, he's in. But all I'm worried about is his 100% fitness. You have to take him in 100% fit, or maybe give him another week.
Do we know how many he kicked today? Did he kick many today?
No, I don't think
He had 3 or 4
yeah,
shots.
he did.
Will
I
said
saw
that-
him kick one.
I don't think he was trying to kick goals. I think he
Yeah,
was just running
yeah,
around.
Exactly, yeah.
you know,
exactly. Grubby's right there. It was just more to get some match fitness into him than
I
actually
don't-
about his performance.
I don't think they put him in a position on the ground where he could kick 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't the idea.
Well, they had the other bloke, Chris.
Well, Chris Warwick kicks all
yeah.
goals,
Yeah,
but they could have done that if
key
they
point.
wanted. But,
Yes, yeah.
But had they have lost today, I think Zach Smith has to play next week in the elimination.
I think they're going to pick him no matter what.
Unless
get-
he's,
I get what
I
you're
tell you
saying.
what, whatever you do, if he gets bumped and goes down in the first quarter and you're one rotation down on St Albans, you're in huge trouble, right? So you've got to make sure that he's 100% fit. And that's up to your trainers and your doctors. It's not up to Zach Smith. It's not even really up to Ned. He's got to get the information from his medical staff that he's 100% fit, because I'll tell you what, you don't want to be a rotation down early at St Albans.
You don't go to the player himself and ask him where he's at.
No.
To be honest.
No, because he won't be honest. He'll want to play seniors.
I
You know
can-
what Zach Smith's like. He'll want to play seniors because he'll believe he can win the game for him.
Yeah.
And I can tell you what, with Steele and Ezard and all those down there, there's another bloke you've got to look after, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand that. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit and he had a lot of weeks out, you can become a liability.
Yeah, I just think with the expansions of St Albans ground, it provides him to have that little bit of extra room to be able to move
Yeah.
without getting into that crunch
And he's
situation too.
And as Grubby just said, then he's taking, if not the best defender probably goes to Ezard, but then he's taking the second best one, so it leaves Steele and even Purdy out. Then with the,
Oh,
the
yeah, but
third and
different
fourth
heights. Different heights,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You've got different
But again,
matchups.
having said that, you're putting a good player in, but then you've got to do you take the Purdy out, who's been
No.
well, he wasn't as good today because he didn't have that opportunity, but still has now got himself, I reckon, up and rolling.
No, he's right. He's right. He's
Yeah,
right.
I'm just not
But
saying
Smith
that-
can play big or small. I think that's what's the
but
way he's
then- but
versatile.
You're looking at you're going to take a Hoff out. Who was the other forward today? The small
No,
guy.
no, no. if he comes in, you'll be taking someone off the bench.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of names there, but it's not for me to say because that's not fair.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, too, the way Werribee play football, which you saw them play in the last score, the way they run the ball, you really can't afford a bloke to sit in the pocket and not chase.
Yep.
So you've got to be able to not just shoulder fit, but you've got to be able to chase blokes like Stevenson and all that out of them. Otherwise, you become a liability again. So he has to be fit.
Yeah.
If he's fit, he's in.
Well, it's made for a very, very interesting final series. That's all
And
I
that
can
must
say.
be the final score.
I'd say it would be. Shane hasn't got back to me either, so he might be in the room celebrating. I'm
I
not
know
taking
where
it.
he'll be. I know what he'll have in his hand, too.
I don't want to say anything because
11-8.
a different score I've been given is also incorrect. So until we get perfect confirmation, we'll just hold on it.
And Wagger just said Grubby is actually making sense for once.
Thanks, Wagon, you're filthy.
So anyway, look.
Hang on, before you go.
Oh, where are we going?
Had Belpost Hill got up, Bannockburn gets in, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes. So in the end, Banno had 133.14%. Belmont had 133.02%.
So their percentage was enough to get them
Yeah,
in.
so
It'd be pretty disappointing.
Banno did everything they needed to do. It's just that Belpost didn't do what they wanted them to do.
So I guess we now say goodbye to one of the great men of GDFL football,
Absolutely.
Ronnie Pilgrim. Ronnie, you've been absolutely magnificent, mate. In a way, I hope you would have another game to go, but you're not going to get it. But all the best in what you do, mate, because you are a dead set legend.
I don't think he'll be lost to the game out there, but we'll wait and see in time. So, look, from everyone here, as I said, we've really enjoyed the game here this afternoon. We hope this is just something that's going to increase over the next 4 weeks of football. As I said, we're really looking forward to that, and we hope you'll join us back here next Saturday afternoon and Sunday, don't forget, and we will look forward to your company. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.